now we should be audible to the rest of the internet. I had to double check to make sure our stream title and everything is good. And now I will jump over to the gaming or retro stream template. And we will get started with the God Hands.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, Apathetic Potato's here. What's up, Apathetic Potato?
Good friend, the potato made it. So we can watch some more punching and inevitable death.
Did you see where I ended the last stream?
You had ended because you'd finished dealing with Demon Elvis, and you spent like an hour on the boat. I remember that.
I did not expect to spend that long on the boat.
Yeah, because you spent less time on Elvis than you did on the boat by a wide margin, crazy wide margin.
Yeah, I was not intending for that to happen, but that's okay. We had some rather interesting discussions come out of that hour on the boat. We did. Actually, I'll just load here. So we did the rest of the piers in Not Venice. We did the Elvis boss fight, which did take a while. And we started on the cliffs up in the mountains, heading towards Shannon.
Yeah, we were heading towards Shannon. I remember seeing, there's the first sword. There's the sword fighter they fought, and you were, because this isn't the first Tiger Joe stage, is it? Because I thought you guys beat that. I thought you beat that.
No, this is the first encounter. I showed the fight off, but I only did a couple runs at it since we were coming up on a really long stream.
Right.
So I opted to take a few deaths on the record that Wazzy wrote down, and then I said we would come back, and now we're starting at that encounter. So my warm-up is going to be doing that.
And that's all right. It's not the worst warm-up you've had. I would argue the boat was the worst one.
Okay, so it's going to start us right in the door. We've got Homeboy here who's giving us bananas. Last time it was a strawberry, so it could be better. Our path forward is through here, but we need a key to get out of there, I think. Oh boy, now I got...
I think this starts you with a free weapon.
Hey, we got a first time chat from Connor Fitzpat, if I'm reading that correctly.
Yeah, that's how I'd pronounce it.
What's up, Connor Fitzpat? Welcome to the Godhead stream, where I suffer for your amusement.
And I help commentate to help dull the blow of suffering.
Yep, for those who might be newer tuning in, this week my co-host is Matt from Team Toxicure.
Yeah.
Also known as the sane voice of reason, to offset Wazzy, I guess.
I mean, in most cases, there are certain points where I think everyone's a little bit less okay. I suppose.
Like when Wazzy's playing Ocarina of Time.
Okay, now to be fair, like that's rough. And it's partially because it's emulation. With that Ocarina of Time, just as a point to note, the version of Ocarina of Time we're playing is 1.0, like the original Japanese release version.
Connor Fitzpat says they're from Toxicure server. I see. Well, welcome.
Dang.
Then you already know Matt, most likely.
Yeah.
Always
you probably heard of me.
Yeah. Watching that last stream was rough. I felt kind of bad for Wazzy. Well, normally I just think it's funny, but
yeah,
it looked like a rough time.
Yeah, she was not having a good time. It was, she was not having a good time, and it was just like heck, there was the point where I went in and took a couple. I had to take like 2 or 3 shots at the stealth. I was fighting for the bow.
Ooh. Yeah, and then you died immediately. I thought, uh-oh.
It's like, yeah,
that's not a good sign.
Swapping the controller actually did end up helping. So.
Oh, yeah, I guess that'll do it.
It doesn't help that I don't have any first-party GameCube controllers.
Okay, what I'm going to try and do to make my job easier here is I'm going to try and set up some tools, because Tiger Joe's going to spawn in about here. I'll just be chilling when I come up the ladder. And
yeah,
the fight will start.
Let's see, there's 2 cherries in the room.
And what I mentioned... Yes, I'm going to leave all the health power-ups, and hopefully I won't need to use any before I start the encounter. The one thing I mentioned before was you get different lines depending on how you beat him. Because if I wanted to, I could just go throw hand immediately and end the fight.
Yeah.
But he does say something kind of funny if you do take him down legit, as it were. So we will do our best. If I get walled badly at the fight, then I'll just clear it, but
yeah,
it should be doable.
Yeah, because well, it'd be cool to hear the line. It's also a matter of like, progress is good too.
Not spending an hour on the boat. Yes.
Yes.
Not aggro the other one. Aww.
Oh jeez.
Alright, Matt, just like last time when Wazzy was here, actually, I'm going to lightly ask that you keep me honest with the run-ended screens as necessary.
Yes.
I didn't need it last time, which is hilarious considering how long I spent on the stupid boat.
Yeah, like the amount of times that you very well could have ended terribly there.
Hey, Bits is here. What's up, Bits?
Hello, Bits. How's it going?
I was going to try and jump up there and get the food, but I realized I would start the encounter, so now I got to do the whole thing over.
Oh, jeez.
Stupid demons. Same strategy, though. I'm going to toss all the tools over there and try
Just
and
get
scrub
everything in
less.
one place, make it a little bit easier for yourself.
Yeah. Alright, you. Stick down. Oh, come on.
And here we go. At least it's all been swords and not super demons, I guess.
The sword ones I have the most problem with. I think it's because of their range, and now I'm in a tough spot. Where's homeboy? I'm gonna have to burn the health power up now. At the very least, I get stuff for doing this, but good lord.
Yeah.
Come on. Alright, I'll do.
I mean, it's better than where you were at, so.
Yeah. Ooh. Right.
Oh, Edward's here as well, saying, "All right, since Waz isn't here, here's your big brain gamer tip. Stop sucking."
Run it.
I mean, it's the good old classic Dark Souls strategy of get good.
Thanks, Edward. It's like Wazzy's here with us.
Yeah.
Just not in my ear.
Yeah, if she was here in your, yeah, there would be no question as to who it was.
Man, that's unlucky. 2 demon spawns.
Yeah, 2 in a row. That's not a great time.
Ah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. You had to say something, didn't you?
I had to mention Super Demons. That's, It's just how it ends up turning out sometimes.
And a guy trying to aggro the one lady who's on the other side of the room.
Hey, so you do that, then there's a Super Demon and a whip.
Yep. It's okay. Didn't want to have to burn meter here, but I will for one of these.
Yeah. Well, plus that you get a sick-ass weapon out of it.
That is true. You can use that against Tiger Joe. As soon as I get to the next part. Ah, come on. Alright.
Ooh, that's... that was an unfortunate take.
Okay, let's see.
A back roundhouse.
Have we seen that one yet?
I don't know if we have.
We're stacking up quite a few of these techniques.
There's the right and left roundhouse.
Back roundhouse.
There's the back roundhouse.
Spinning back kick.
Big wind up, big damage.
Yeah, big damage and will hit people around but won't launch.
Yeah. Like if that had launch on it, it'd be broken as hell.
It looked really cool too.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Who's next? Dude with hammer? Dude with hammer.
Yeah. Drops the weapon, makes it a little bit... Actually, a lot easier to handle.
Cross your fingers for no demon spawns.
Yeah. One big perk of watching on a lag is that I get to find out when the demon is before it actually shows up on the screen.
Oh yes, you'll know. There'll be an
Yeah.
auditory cue. Good for the chat.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay, put that there. Put the stick there. And then put the big fork over there as well.
Yeah, you gotta get the big spaghetti fork over there.
The real tricky thing is, because the fight triggers, I think I have enough time to pick one up and toss it, and then go in with another one, and then I might have to back off to grab the third one.
Yeah.
Because once you start the encounter, Tiger Joe's in your face, and he will not leave you alone.
Yeah, you can't just go swinging with a weapon because he's not too bad at dodging them.
Okay, so this one... Did I already get the power up from the dude at the door when I was fighting the demon?
I don't...
No, okay. That one's... That's strawberry. We'll
No,
leave it.
because you died that time when you tried going down here. So the only time you ever went to go for that health up was... yeah, you definitely died from the demon on that one.
Oh, no, you don't.
Yeah, nice try.
There we go. Ah, come on.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, yep. Gotta be meter burn.
Two of the super ones. That's really unlucky. I think I'm hosed. Yep. Let's see.
Yeah, this is... Yeah. There, and yeah, let's play out.
Oh. I don't think I got a single demon drop when I was running through this particular section with Wazzy at the end of the last stream. Apparently I used all my luck up then because I'm getting one, at least one now. and then the big ones.
Yeah, it's not like it's just like the old standard demon. No, you're getting sword or worse.
Get ready for the boat part 2, folks. I don't think this is necessarily as bad as the boat. We'll see. I may eat those words. In the meantime, while I am trying to navigate all of the shenanigans, since it's been a little while, how have you been faring in Monster Hunter, Matt?
I'm doing okay. I mean, it's been more of a slow go. I'm still not close to high rank. I think you were there when we were fighting Magnamala. So yeah, what I really need to do is actually go through the single player stuff and actually grind out some monsters.
I would say from my experience that you don't need to worry too much about crafting armor on low rank. Because
yeah,
one,
true.
it won't help you with the breaks for high rank, and 2, you're going to ditch it anyway as soon as you get to high rank.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that from World. The instant you hit high rank, everything low rank doesn't matter, essentially.
Yep, you're wearing paper armor. So you could build something that's got decent enough skills or defense, and then just use that all the way till you break into high rank.
Weapons, however.
Weapons, however, you want to upgrade as much as you can. Yes.
Yeah, so I really need to go through and actually see what bow I want to build with, because like I've been using a lot of spread stuff, and I kind of want to get a decent pierce bow as well. So
yeah, I don't even think you can get pierce up skills. Maybe you can get 1 in a low rank set, but nothing that's really going to optimize for the different shot types.
Yeah, it's more a matter just so I can get not as wide of a spread when shooting.
Yeah, pierce is pretty handy for long targets too, like Almudron, the Leviathans. Anything that's got a long body is really good for pierce.
Exactly.
Okay. Let's try and be a little more careful.
You got a reasonable amount of resources.
Be careful not to whiff my dodges. Eh? Where? Oh,
did you jump up the ladder?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Maybe she thought you were heading up there for some reason. That was weird.
That was weird.
Don't think I've ever seen a bad guy do that.
Hey.
Oh jeez.
You do have a wake up kick. I forgot about that.
Aw, dang it. You had such a solid set of resources too.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew this was going to be a problem. Starting here is not ideal, but that's okay. I managed to do that last section without pulling the demon too, so that's good. What'd you drop? Health, health. Alright. Okay. Guess we'll do another guy first.
Why not, right? Doesn't really matter what order you do them.
Nah. Those guys are pretty manageable.
especially when they don't have a weapon on hand. Ooh, more health.
Let. Lot of health. Okay, alright. That's good.
Stacks of health, which stack the health and you're already at a full bar, so like.
Okay, 2 weapons. Just need to get through these 2. And I'm going to free the villagers in the back, which I didn't do last time. There is another set of enemies I'll have to deal with, but if I get through there, then I can take whatever power-ups the villagers give me. That'll help.
Exactly, you get a full up.
Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Need to be careful.
I do appreciate that you found the timing on when they go for like the flying crouch move that you found to like counter that.
Uh-oh. That's exactly what I was trying to avoid doing. And...
Oh, god damn it.
It's okay. I think I can use meter to take out the demon. Alright.
Okay, well...
The problem with the Axe Ladies is their moveset is very quick, and they tend to get stun locked into hits, which is a little bit different from some of the other ones. That's why I keep dying. I also managed to not backflip and side dodge instead of backflip. Hey, Naked Snake's here. Naked Snake says, I just beat P5 Strikers.
Oh, not bad.
Is that a good game? I don't know anything about that one.
It's not a bad game. It's very much essentially Persona 5 meets like the Warriors or the Muso series.
Oh.
But my primary gripe with it is that there's so much HUD, so many different elements to the HUD that like it feels like maybe half your screen is dedicated to actual gameplay.
I see. Your mic is cutting out a little bit, Matt.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. Let's see. Is that any better?
Seems okay. Go ahead and keep talking, and we'll see if it picks up.
Yeah. Essentially, yeah. Like I was saying, my primary gripe with Persona 5 Strikers is that there's a map that takes up a good chunk of a corner, a magic and attack HUD in another corner, and then the objectives. It feels like there's not enough real estate on the screen to really dedicate to the actual gameplay itself. Like comparatively to like say Godhead, which we have on where it's not a minimalistic HUD, but it's taking away like less than a quarter of the screen.
I see. Yeah, you're still cutting out a little bit. It was fine for like a minute, and then it started cutting out again.
Joy. Let me...
Hey, Iconic Boar's here. What's up, Iconic?
Oh, hey, Boar.
He said to call him Iconic, not Boar.
Oh, or Iconic.
That specifically came up on our last stream, so we will respect Greatest Boar.
Yes. It's not my connection. I only have like a ping of 12 milliseconds. That is very weird.
Yeah, I'm not noticing anything with the stream itself. I'm just checking to make sure nothing with my connection is being weird, but I think we're fine on this end.
Yeah, it's just being choppy on mine for some reason.
Yeah, it's not consistent though. That's what's weird.
Yeah, it might just be intermittent connectivity on our basis.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's my Discord connection. My Discord connection is bouncing all over the place. Here from like bouncing from like 41 to 263 for a ping.
That's weird. You want to try rejoining the call?
Sure, let me give that a shot.
Nice.
There he went.
Okay, let's see if that helps. It doesn't help too much. I seem to be okay. Let's see. Am I still kind of robotic, or?
It doesn't seem like it's doing it constantly again. I think it was fine. Try say a long sentence and we'll test it.
Okay. Let's see. I can, I'll catch up on here. Make a stick saying that they're not MILF and cheese, which I'm not sure if I believe you, because that sounds a little suspicious.
I guess we won't.
I'm asking how we're doing.
I guess we'll never know the truth. Unless.
Yes. Yeah. Somebody said I've never seen naked snake and MILF and cheese in the same room before. I don't know. A little suspicious.
Alright, let's get out of there.
To answer your question, Iconic, I'm doing pretty well. I can't flip people. He's being beat up quite a bit, so.
It's fine. I don't know if that's a checkpoint. I guess we'll find out.
Great.
Oh, thanks to two people for giving coins. So helpful.
These dudes have some comments about Shannon and Elvis. Do you think Shannon likes big guys? Shannon seems awfully small to like big guys. And what about Elvis? He's a hunk of burning love.
And I
Joke.
already miss Elvis.
Okay, so we got full health meter if we need it.
And the single roulette, and you got weapon in hand.
Yep. So let's see. Let's do this. Hit him with the pole.
No, come back. So you can grab the hammer.
Oh, the other one's over here. I'm convinced that Tiger Joe is meant to be a Sagat reference. The eye patch and the tiger theme.
Yeah, looking at him.
He does tiger uppercuts.
Produce games, so.
Yeah.
Oh, that uppercut, yeah. Yeah, that is absolutely a Sagat reference.
Where's it gonna stick me? I forgot there was health on the board. Ah, okay.
Oh God, and you have to do all that from scratch.
Yes. I'll give it maybe one or two more runs against Tiger Joe himself, and then I will potentially just use my hand to get through, because I don't want to be stuck on this for too long.
Exactly. Don't need as much of a wall as the boat. Well, plus that's just a common, but
Yeah, it could be worse. Purple ones
with
are...
the 2 Super Demon run.
Yeah, let's not do that again.
Never again. Never again.
Ooh. You slapped me. Alright, get out of here. Haymaker 1. Don't remember. I didn't know there was levels to Haymaker.
Yeah, it's surprised me too. There we go. She's well handled. Snake asking, what's your opinion about the new Kirby ability? Right, because there's new stuff announced at the Direct yesterday. I didn't actually watch the Direct, but apparently he can eat just like anything now. Like cars.
I didn't see the Direct either. I went and grabbed some highlights and things of note that I saw people talking about. I think the big announcements were Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and a new Mario Kart.
Oh, it wasn't a new Mario Kart, but new courses for Mario Kart 8.
Oh, okay. They did have a little bit more news on Advance Wars too, which I'm really looking forward to. Apparently that got delayed till April.
Yeah, like I'd rather, because the delayed game is good eventually. So like will it be delayed?
Yeah.
But
because if you don't delay it, you get a Cyberpunk situation.
Exactly. And the Chrono Cross remake that got announced.
Which remake?
Chrono Cross.
Oh, Chrono Cross.
Yeah, the PS1 one.
Yeah, I know the game, but that's being remade for Switch?
Switch, PC, PS4, and Xbox.
I've never played that game. I've heard really mixed things about that one.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those games that it's you either love the hell out of it or it's absolutely awful. I'm in the camp of it's awful. I did not enjoy it, but I have a lot of friends who did enjoy it, so I'm happy for them.
Did the people that enjoyed it play Chrono Trigger though?
I believe so. Yeah, like that's the thing. I Trigger and I was expecting Cross to be Trigger 2, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
So that's probably why I didn't enjoy it. If I gave it another shot, especially if the remaster has enough quality of life improvements, I'll give it a shot.
I
And
will
if they don't
say,
charge any more than $25, $25, $30, I would not pay more than that for remaster or Chrono Cross.
Nice.
yeah, I guess that's fair. I don't know much about the game aside from some basic things with the story, but what I do know is that it has a pretty bad battle theme. I don't know anybody that defends the battle theme in that game. It sounds really weird.
Yeah, people defend other songs in it, but yeah, never the battle theme. Not even once.
Yeah.
I think Klonoa and Klonoa 2 are getting ported to the Switch.
Huh.
There's a few things.
I never played those
I'm
games.
gonna pull just a list of the big things. But yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was a big one. I played 2. I'm not I enjoyed it. It's one of those things that you definitely tell that the character designers definitely were drawing were definitely pushing her before they got into that. It's the best way I can put that.
It's funny, your mic cut off right when you said the bit about what they were before, so I couldn't hear you.
They were Dojin artists.
Oh, okay, alright.
Yeah, very clearly Dojin artists.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. It's something I noted. Is that there's gonna be a Fire Emblem Warriors 2.
Oh yeah, that was the other big one. Uh-oh. Come on. I saw that too.
And it has a June release date.
They've made a Warriors game for a lot of franchises.
Yeah, they really have.
I've only played of the spin-offs that weren't actual Musou games, because I do like the Musou series a lot.
Yeah.
Warriors Orochi is one of my favorites. But I played Hyrule Warriors. I didn't play the expansion, but I did like Hyrule Warriors a lot. I thought it was a pretty fun take on the formula with a bunch of fun Zelda characters.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Hyrule Warriors. I still need to pick up I still pick up the definitive edition for the Switch, just because that includes all the stuff from like the Wii U version, which I have with all the DLC.
Right.
But it also includes all the 3DS stuff and extra on top of that. So like, that is, yeah, that's one I need to pick up as well. Oh yeah, No Man's Sky is getting a Switch port.
I also saw that. That is interesting. We talked about No Man's Sky on the last stream when I was here at Pink. We were talking about the really inconsistent record of crowdfunded games. I can't remember how we got on that topic, but we were talking about things like through Kickstarter or Indiegogo and how it really does just depend on the developer. Because we're talking about Mighty Number 9, right? Everyone remembers that one.
Yeah, that's everyone's favorite example of a Kickstarter game, especially one that's gone wrong.
Yeah. But
like conversely, I personally invested in both Bloodstained and Yooka-Laylee, and both those turned out to be exactly what I wanted out of them, which was a solid Metroidvania game in Bloodstained, and a semi-faithful return to Banjo-Kazooie with Yooka-Laylee.
I also enjoyed Bloodstained. I don't think I backed the campaign because it closed before I found out about it, but I did enjoy it. The way I described it was faithful but not groundbreaking.
Oh yeah, like there's nothing particularly groundbreaking about Bloodstained, but it was entertaining. I had fun with it.
Yeah. And Iga's team actually delivered what they said they were going to deliver.
Yeah, they're still delivering, actually, because they haven't delivered everything on it yet, still.
I need to play the D-Makes at some point. I've heard those are really fun, too.
Yeah, I've played Curse of the Moon 1. I got that one for free because I was in the Kickstarter. The second one I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is pretty solid. Like, it's a really solid, like, Castlevania, like, NES Castlevania-esque game.
Yeah, every time I think about Mighty Number 9, I think what disappoints me the most is just how much it tarnished Inafune's reputation.
Yeah.
Especially since what they were doing in that campaign was trying to kickstart some other games as well before they'd even delivered Mighty Number 9. And that also can end up kind of biting them, I think. They bit off more than they could chew.
Yeah, I can absolutely agree with you on that, where it's just like, it is one of those, they promised so much and delivered so very little.
Yeah. And there's all sorts of drama and development along the way. They had that problem with one of their community persons being toxic. It was kind of a cursed development.
Yeah, the commercial.
I think I remember the commercial.
Oh, the commercial was bad. It's all like, it was literally just be like, "Hey, you virgins, you ready for a hard game?" Like it was very much that tone.
From a Mega Man spiritual successor, huh?
Yeah, like, oh boy, they did not know their target market. Although, another really good crowdfunded game, Shovel Knight.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, Shovel Knight. Although they learned or Yacht Club Games as a studio learned their lesson in they offered way too much in the Kickstarter, so they gave away so much free stuff.
Yeah.
It was like they gave away like essentially 4 or 5 free games after the fact.
Whew. Yeah, Shovel Knight's great. That's a really good success story. The one thing we were talking about when we were talking about the whole thing with crowdfunding was No Man's Sky is such a anomaly amongst the disaster campaigns for games that didn't deliver on release, because that game is really good.
Yeah.
And I thought it was okay at launch because I didn't follow the hype because I didn't really follow press up to the release. Oh, come on. Okay.
Thank you.
But they're still developing content for it for free, which I think is pretty admirable.
Yeah, exactly. Like, having followed the press, and I pre-ordered the game. I still have my copy of PS4 No Man's Sky because it is my cautionary tale box that I look at every once in a while. I'm like, oh man, the game looks cool. I should pre-order it. And then I look at my No Man's Sky case. I'm like, maybe I should hold off.
Yeah, maybe give it a little bit of time when it comes out and just see.
Yeah, because when it first came out, it was nothing like what they had promised.
Yeah.
Like it was cool and it didn't play poorly, but it wasn't at all what they promised.
Right, because
But
of
now,
the multiplayer and all the other stuff that they had been kind of hinting at, while not saying they weren't outright going to deliver at launch. That's what made people mad, I think.
yeah, and a lot of it was the fact that they actively misinterpreted, like the press actively misinterpreted the developer and what he was saying.
Yeah.
Because like they didn't have a marketing team. Like their team was only like 30 people with no marketing, and it was essentially the lead developer going out there, and people are asking like, "Hey, will you have like customizable characters and stuff?" And he said some things will be customizable.
That was Sean, right? Sean Murray.
Yeah.
Oh, that poor guy.
And yeah, essentially, he gave everyone exactly what he said they would. It's just that everyone overinflated what he said.
Yeah. Plus all of the really high-profile press shows and demos, and just the problem with the press is hype. Once it starts, you can't turn it off.
Exactly. Yeah.
But again, if the Hello Games people were scumbags, they could have easily just said, well, we didn't deliver what we could, but we got our money, and just abandoned the project, which is pretty much what Mighty Number 9 turned out to be from concept.
Yeah, that's a great way of describing what they did. Is they just took the money and ran. And I don't think the only thing I can think of that concept has done is they've offered Mighty Number 9 as an IP, like to be used by others. Because I know Inti Creates made a Mighty Gunvolt Burst, or it was like a Mighty Number 9 / Gunvolt demake. And that actually played really well. That was actually a lot of fun.
It was a better Mighty Number 9 game than Mighty Number 9.
Exactly.
That is sad.
Yeah. I think it's because it was Inti Creates, and Inti Creates makes a solid game.
Yeah, they did the Blaster Master remakes.
The Blaster Master remakes, like all of the Gunvolts and Luminous Avenger games are great. Like, no, Inti Creates makes very, very fun games. For some reason in my head I was trying to think, no, Inti Creates did Shantae too, right? But no, that was way forward.
Yeah. Looking at the chat, I see Naked Snake says Futurama's coming back. I did hear that. I did heard that John DiMaggio's not coming back. He's the only cast member of the main core cast that's not coming back.
Did you hear why he's not coming back?
Yeah, because it was trending on Twitter yesterday, and I looked into it because I do like that guy and I like his work. But he said that the contract or whatever wasn't within like an acceptable like parameter, or like an unacceptable contract or something. That's what the tagline said.
Yeah, essentially, and having looked into the article, because Wazzy and I were concerned, we were like, oh no, is it because like they asked him to be vaxxed and he's anti-vax? No, it's not that, thankfully. What it is John DiMaggio feels that Futurama is so well known and it's such a big name that the contract should be reflecting that, and he should have been getting a better deal than what he was getting, like benefits and compensation wise, and he just wasn't.
Right. Which is interesting.
And
you don't hear that argument very often. At least not from voice actors.
Yeah, I'd love to hear it more often from voice actors if you ask me, but like I agree with you as well. Because voice actors are actors, and they should be getting reasonable pay, if not equivalent to a standard live action actor.
Although, Matt, you know what grim reality we need to all face as a result of that decision?
Oh?
Chris Pratt is Bender.
Oh, no, don't you put that evil on me. Don't you dare put that evil on me. No one deserves that. Oh. But now that it's out in the universe, it's not impossible, and that makes me sad.
If it happens, somebody owes me a lot of money. I just thought of that off the top of my head. If that ends up being a thing just by some cursed twist of fate, then I want credit.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I can watch the new Futurama anyway. It's going to be on Hulu. And up here in Canada, I do not have access to Hulu. I would have to... Well, I could VPN it, but still.
That's interesting that it would go to Hulu.
Yeah, although Hulu's owned by Disney, who owns Fox, so...
Oh, yeah. Well, it could be worse. It could be a live-action Netflix series.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? I guess it's not too difficult outside their own possibility, given what we've seen, but
yeah, it's one of those things that, like, well, live action Netflix in general just immediately loses its charm. Like, I find that almost no matter what the series is, unless the live action is specifically made to evoke exactly the feeling of the original show, but nothing else, a la Cowboy Bebop, for example. Like, no, live action never feels quite as right.
I feel like the Cowboy Bebop one is one of the worst examples, though, of recent properties to come out.
Yeah.
Because something can be underwhelming and still be a viable product, but to have something get canned before it even has a chance to try and become a product is really unfortunate, especially for the cast.
Yeah. And it's just one of those things that, like honestly, I only have a couple qualms with the Cowboy Bebop series. First one being Ed.
Yeah.
And that's just more a matter of, it's, once again, they were trying too hard to be exactly like the anime, and then, like, try to at least mildly tweak it for live action.
Oh yeah, the Ed situation is a director decision and fault, not an actor fault.
Yeah, I will never fault the actor for that. No, that was entirely direction and production based. And just the depoliticization of all the stories that they emulated into live action. Essentially, they kept all, like, the aesthetics and the fight scenes and all that, but took out all, like, the themes, like the themes behind why villains were doing what they were doing, or why situations were the way they were.
If you're gonna do that, then why not just completely change the plot lines to be different? If you're gonna take out what makes the plot motivations of the original what it was, 'cause you can make something that's completely separate from the original and have more flexibility to do whatever it is you want with the new material and still have, like, an entertaining product instead of trying to, like, kind of bastardize the original. That's what always puzzles me about remakes. You could do something different.
Yeah, there's no harm. If anything, the original fans would probably appreciate that they're different, because then they're not going to be like, oh, you're just doing what's already done.
Well, and let's be real, the original fans aren't going to be happy no matter what.
That's entirely true.
You could still enjoy the original property in its unaltered state, and it is still as good as it was back whenever it is you watched it.
Yeah, with the exception of some dated jokes on some properties, but
I don't know why these ladies are giving me so much trouble.
Yeah, they're definitely a lot rougher than they should be. Apparently Snake is excited for the new Kamen Rider anime that got announced. Oh, I didn't know there was a new one.
I know nothing about Kamen Rider. Everything I know about Kamen Rider, I think I've indirectly learned from Naked Snake.
Yeah, same. Like, don't get me wrong, I watched a lot of Power Rangers as a kid. Did not give any attention to anything Kamen Rider-ish. With the exception of anything like, technically Big Bad Beetleborgs was a Kamen Rider localization.
I can't believe you folks had never heard of Tattooed Teenage Alien Fighters from Beverly Hills. It's like one of the most notoriously bad properties that's got a reputation. Maybe they didn't air it in Canada.
Yeah, let me...
Do yourself a favor and Google it, yeah. Like, look up what it was. Yeah, Iconic remembers it, because I know Iconic mentioned it when we were talking about it on the Toxicure stream. So I know it exists, and I didn't hallucinate it, but it must not have got a big airing, because it was pretty trash.
It looks very vaguely familiar, but I can promise I've never seen an episode of this. Like, and I'm being, like, vaguely familiar in the sense, like, I might have seen a picture of it once on the internet when I first started looking on the internet. But man, oh man, those are some choices for the face masks. Wait, are those solid face masks, or did they just spray their faces chrome?
You know, that's for the philosophers to decide, Matt. I don't know. Wouldn't say I was a big fan of the show. I just remember it being on and thinking, this is a really bad Power Rangers knockoff, or like a Sentai show.
Yeah, it's not great. And also the fact that they're tattooed teenage alien fighters. I'm assuming they are fighting aliens, not aliens that are fighters. And additionally, none of those people are teenagers.
Ooh, boy. Oh, come on.
Like,
that is also very true.
Yeah. Like, they are at least 30.
Gotta eat.
That's true, yeah. Gotta get paid somehow.
Okay, I know we joked about this being the boat 2.0, but it's been almost an hour. That's why I'm not bothering with conserving hand if I get to Joe. I just want to get through this now.
Yeah.
This isn't the first time we fight him either, and the second time I'm just going to throw hand as well.
Yeah, let's just get her done. Oh, Nick corrected me. Big Bad Beetleborgs is a Metal Heroes localization, not Kamen Rider. My apologies.
So they gave it the same treatment as they did for all the other shows, where it was like a Japanese property that they sort of recut into a show with, and then added bits with American actors.
Yeah, because remember correctly, same studio as Power Rangers. I'm pretty sure it was Saban. And that's what they did with basically everything. Oh yeah, it was Saban Entertainment.
They really had that market cornered, didn't they?
Oh yeah, like they essentially just bought the rights to a whole schwack load of stuff and said, "Oh yeah, we'll take care of it out in North America." And then look what they did.
I would like to know whose decision it was to like repackage the product with American actors as opposed to just either dubbing or localizing the original Sentai Japanese shows.
Yeah, like they could have done that. It probably would have gone over just as well, honestly.
To be fair, kids probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference, but it's just a strange way to treat the product.
Yeah.
Because I know people who legitimately thought that Power Rangers were an American or like a Western property. But it's like, no, it actually existed in a completely different format in Japan with different actors, different storylines, and everything.
Exactly. Actually, it's funny looking at this. Apparently, Saban Entertainment also did localization on Digimon. I thought it was someone else who did Digimon. But yeah, they covered a whole... Yeah, they covered a pile of shows that I forgot that they did. Because they did the original 90s X-Men as well.
So they did animation shows in addition to like the live action Power Rangers type shows too.
Yeah, they did a whole pile of shows. The foreign television series where they distributed a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, yeah, of course they were Samurai Pizza Cats.
Which is also a Japanese property.
Yeah, which is nothing like what we saw. Yeah, and Saban and Fox Kids had a huge tie-in with each other because they did what? They were the TV distributor for Dragon Ball Z for the Funimation Ocean Productions dub. Like, they were making solid money back in the day.
Isn't it interesting how you can kind of see the trends amongst like media, specifically like quote-unquote kids shows, and kind of see what trended between, well, I don't know if you're watching stuff in the 80s, but between the 80s and 90s, it was really interesting.
Yeah.
I say that because I'm extremely old, but you had like the older 80s stuff, like the original Transformers runs. You had shows like the kind of fantasy superhero-esque stuff like He-Man, Masters of the Universe. You had Thundercats, which is like kind of, you had the animal superheroes type of thing that was a thing for a while. The three I remember, and usually people get one or two of three when I mention it. Obviously it was Thundercats was the big one. But you ever see Tiger Sharks?
I did not see it, but that sounds extremely familiar.
It's exactly what it sounds like. It's like a Thundercats type premise, but they're sharks. Or Silverhawks.
Another one that sounds familiar. I do not remember it off the top of my head.
You should look up the opening that show when you get a chance. It's really cool. They were not bird people per se. They were like robot bird people in space.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Like,
Great.
when I was like really, really little, I did not watch a lot of TV. Most I had was like old VHS of like G1 Transformers
Oh, okay.
and Sesame Street and the like PBS stuff basically. And then it was a lot of Fox Kids like growing up. So I'm very much a product of watching a lot of Saban Entertainment and a lot of 4Kids. And then I found what anime can be like when it's not done by 4Kids. See, Naked Snake saying Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad was a show called Gridman.
I never knew what the original property that one was based off of, because everyone knows like the Power Rangers stuff. But all right, sucker. That is interesting. I really like the toys and figures for Cyber Squad. That and the monster design is really cool. They were kind of like kaiju.
Yeah, and that's very much what it was, because it felt like, well, with Naked Snake saying it was Gridman, it very much felt like Ultraman.
Yep, very similar design. Probably the same design team actually.
Yeah, almost guaranteed.
Remember Tim Curry was the voice of the bad guy in that?
Oh, right.
Actually, Tim Curry was the voice of every 90s show bad guy.
Yeah, and not just TV shows, but he was in like a swag of movies too.
Yep, and he was always the
And
bad
video
guy.
games.
Nice. Thank you.
Most popularly known in Command and Conquer.
All right, let's talk to Joe. We've planted him via suplex. He says, I must have zigged when I should have zagged. I believe the other line you get is the second time you fight him,
Yeah.
but I don't care at this point. I'd rather just proceed forward.
Yeah, it's better that we just get progress.
He does make fun of you for using the Godhead.
Yeah.
If the checkpoints were a little bit closer together, then I would try and do it legit, but we need to move on.
Exactly. And Iconic is saying, I couldn't ask my bro for the name, but have you heard of Mystic Knights of Tir na Nog? I can say I have. I used to have action figures of that show.
I would probably recognize it if I saw it, but it wasn't a property I watched.
Great.
It's a name, though.
Yeah. It was an American-Irish TV show. It was another one done by Saban.
Okay, I should have guessed that from the name, because Tir na Nog is a type of mythology from Ireland, right?
Yeah.
It's like Cuchulainn.
Yes. And like it was weird in the sense that it gives off similar vibes to Tattooed Teenage Alien Fighters, but with a much higher production quality.
With a production quality?
Good point. Yeah, they had a budget. This is the best way I can put it. They had a costume budget that wasn't latex tights and chrome spray paint.
It's funny, thinking back to the trends of media, like there's the superhero arcs and stuff from like the 80s and going on, but do you remember the dinosaur craze?
Vague. I remember all the dinosaur movies that were all coming out. They all came out just after Jurassic Park, and it was a bunch of cartoons of them. Like there's the Don Bluth movie, We're Back. Is like the one that speaks out in my head the most, because I loved that movie as a kid.
Really, more than Land Before Time?
Well, no, the first Land Before Time like borderline traumatized me as a kid, because that like it was a sad movie.
Oh.
And I watched The Land Before Times, I think, up to the 5th one. Although I know for a fact that Land Before Time has, I believe, a 14th or 15th movie. So
Even prior to like Jurassic Park in the 90s or late 90s, whenever it was, there was a big dinosaur craze in the 80s with like animation and TV shows. That's why I brought it up.
oh,
Like
yeah.
one of my favorite shows was Dinosaurs, and I don't know a single person who's heard of that one.
Yeah, no, I can't say I've heard of that one. It's funny because I just have a Google window open right now just to do all that stuff in there because like iconic thing. I remember Kung Fu Dino Posse, a TMNT ripoff.
You remember Denver the Last Dinosaur?
That one I don't.
It was on the same time as Dinosaurs. They had a whole block of dinosaur-related shows.
Okay, now that I'm looking at a picture of Denver, no, I've seen that. I've seen that I've seen that long ass neck dinosaur around before.
On a skateboard?
Yep.
Yep.
Apparently had a modern looking remake.
Ew. That's interesting.
Yeah.
There was
What
also
happened to it?
another really obscure show that was on in the early 90s. Early 90s, I want to say. It was on one of the cartoon channels. It wasn't Cartoon Network. But it was called T-Rex, and it's impossible to find because of its kind of weird generic name. But it was like, It was dinosaurs. It was like anthropomorphic dinosaurs, but in like a Prohibition era. It's like kind of like a Roaring 20s type era. So like speakeasies and nightclubs. But then they turn into like Sentai superheroes.
Yeah, that does sound really weird.
And
Especially weird.
I know it exists.
Cool.
I don't know anyone who's seen it, but I know it exists.
Milf and Cheese saying, I'm glad the baby trend died. Like baby versions of cartoon shows. Oh, like Baby Muppets, yeah.
Muppet Babies
Muppet
wasn't
Babies.
bad.
Yeah, Muppet Babies wasn't terrible.
But it wasn't the Muppet Show.
Oh, yeah,
Because
no.
it wasn't designed to be.
Well, exactly. And honestly, the Muppet Show, that's one of the shows I'm not sure who the target market was because they were like, it was Muppets, who were generally relatively kid-centric. Then they had very adult-oriented, like, guest actors.
I think it was kind of like providing a product that everyone could enjoy so that it wouldn't be completely mindless and worthless for the parents who are having to watch with their kids, but still obviously safe for kids to watch.
Oh yeah, that's fair. It makes sense. Like, it was essentially a slightly more ham-handed version of like fitting in more adult-oriented jokes into kids' movies today. Like going back and rewatching Shrek now, because it came out when I was much younger, and because it's been out. Oh god, I don't want to look at how old Shrek is. Oh. Shrek is going to be 21 years old this year. Okay.
I still have not quite come to grasp with the term or the idea that some kids' first animation movies they ever saw as little babies was Shrek. Every time I think of that, I immediately age 5 more years and my dentures fall out.
Yeah, I get that exact feeling. I have a coworker who is right in that range where Shrek would have been like one of their first animated movies. I'm just like, no, you're just a little toddler. Like, you're not that old.
I got into an argument with someone not too long ago and the person was trying to argue that the song All Star by Smash Mouth started in Shrek. I said, no, the band had been around for at least several years before Shrek was big. That song kind of put them on the map for like the mainstream, but they'd been around a while. They didn't get big because, or like, when Shrek started.
Yeah, no, although right in that time frame, there was a ton of movies that had All Star in them, like
Before Shrek.
yeah, before Shrek and after, like. I'm trying to think, because yeah, because it was in Shrek, it was in Inspector Gadget, Mystery Men, Rat Race, like the Inspector Gadget live action movie they did.
That was Matthew Broderick, right?
Yeah, that one.
That's all I remember about that movie. Having been a fan of the original Inspector Gadget with Don Adams back in the day, it's like I don't know if it can really give the same kind of vibe.
Yeah. Yeah, because before it hit Shrek, it was in Inspector Gadget and Mystery Men, which both came out in 1999.
Mystery Man, that's the Ben Stiller one, right?
Yeah, Ben Stiller, where it's all a bunch of incredibly mediocre superheroes.
William H. Macy. I think Janine Garofalo was in that.
Yes, yeah, she was the bowler.
Boy, media is weird, isn't it?
Yeah, media's just, it's some shit's just wild. Oh no, Smash Mouth was in basketball, not All Star.
I forgot that a whole truckload of enemies gets triggered when you do that.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I need to save Godhead for that. Either that or have at least one orb for Typhoon. But we're now in a new area that I can get stuck at.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, All Star was in the Digimon movie.
Are you looking at just a repository of places that used All-Star on like a list?
I'm looking at Smash Mouth on IMDb.
Oh, okay, because I think that'd be really interesting trivia.
Yeah. Although I found apparently Brooklyn Nine-Nine had All Star in it in 2019, so it's like it has been around forever at this point, and it'll just stick around. But that's Smash Mouth for you.
Apparently, the lead singer is a giant douchebag. That's all I really know about the band outside of their like meme status and media.
Yeah, I've heard mixed things. Like their Twitter is great, if only because Smash Mouth like will actively dunk on terrible people on Twitter. Like not Wendy's bad, but like up there.
But like, what really gives them the latitude to do that? They're not the biggest rock band ever.
Oh no, I think it's literally just the fact that people follow them because of the memes of All Star at this point.
There was a pretty funny clip. I know Critical had talked about it in a video fairly recently too, because it was right before they announced the retirement of the lead singer. I was named Chris or whatever, Hargrove. But it was a video of them playing at a festival, and he was obviously drunk and not really doing his job per se. And then everyone started throwing bread at him. It was really funny. It was like a bread festival or something.
Huh.
It's like, yeah, that sounds on par for something like that. Sure.
Yeah, the tracks. I mean, like, I wouldn't call it living your best life because it's not, but like, it's something, I guess.
Well, let's be real. That whole band's gonna get paid for all of the songs that are used and everything forever. They don't need to work.
Exactly. They're living on royalties for the rest of their days. No, an iconic saying, the American soundtrack for the Digimon movie is a hoot. Is it ever? Like, it is, because what, Smash Mouth, Less Than Jake, Len, like, it is a wild soundtrack.
Was it sponsored by Now This Is Music or what? Or Now That's What I Call Music, whatever those compilation CDs are called. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, that's basically, yeah.
Want to cause thematic tonal dissonance with your audience, who I guess is probably too young to notice, but that's how they localize stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. They localize it by just throwing stuff that is like semi popular out like in the local area. They throw it on top and be like, yeah, no, two popular things in one. That's the right way to do it, right?
It's on the charts, and the kids will love it. See?
Yeah. Although some of the stuff I'm not sure if it was, because like the Rockefeller Skank was in the Digimon movie. 1 Week by Bare Naked Ladies. Like Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
Yeah, because when I think of kids saving the world from digital monster threats, I think of ska. Don't get me wrong, I love
Yeah,
ska, but I don't necessarily equate those thematically.
Yeah. Although I think my love of ska might have actually derived from the Digimon movie. Now that I think about it, because that's where I really started listening to ska, and then I found other stuff that was within the genre.
The Digimon movie was actually several kind of cut together, right? More than one?
Yeah, it was 3 shorter movies because there was like 3 half-hour-long movies out in Japan, and they stitched them together poorly, I might add, for an American audience. Because like the first movie, the Parrotmon fight is its own movie, Diaboromon is its own movie, and then the movie based on Zero 2, or the section on Zero 2 is its own movie.
Yeah. Like I said, the whole idea of media and localization is pretty wild.
Yeah. And it is nice occasionally when stuff isn't as lost in translation when it comes to localization. Like a great example, honestly, I feel would be Godhead. Not a lot is lost in translation with this game.
That is very true.
Let's see if I can't find some fun Godhead localization trivia if there's any.
Really hoping that would thin out more than just 2 enemies.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could trigger the door and then run to the bonus fairy to get out of the encounter. I don't know if it would reset everybody when it reloads. Out here.
Oh, there was actually a couple of things that were changed in localization between the North American and Japanese versions of Godhead.
This game was never dubbed in Japanese, though, was it? I thought it was... Well, I actually don't know. I thought it was in English and subtitled in Japanese.
That might be the case for sure. Like, I'm not 100% sure on that. I'll double check.
If you can find Japanese voice cast, that would answer that question.
Oh, good point. Yeah, I'll just look up. Let's see. Godhand on Behind the Voice Actors.
Milf and Cheese says, remember to hydrate and stretch.
Yes. Always important.
That sounds like something Sour Lad would say.
Yeah.
Naked Nick says, Power Rangers is getting rid of the Japanese footage and going American, and I'm worried.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried just based solely on the...
Does that mean they're doing all of the production of everything themselves instead of... Wow, Jesus, okay.
Like, that's a choice.
We're just going to pretend that last round didn't happen.
Yeah. Although, yeah, looking at it, there is no Japanese voice cast. So, yeah, I think you're right.
Which is interesting because there is a Japanese theme song for the ending credits.
Yeah, because they definitely wrote their own. Because funny, one of the items that was localized to North America that wasn't in Japan is the move Head Slicer.
Some of
Head
the
Slicers.
Yeah, they all have a bunch of the roulette techniques have different names in Japanese.
Yeah, because Head Slicer, the move in its entirety, isn't in the Japanese one because of a censorship policy. Because Head Slicer you can use to decapitate an enemy. However, there was a free roulette called Hand Drop in Japan, which is short-lived invincibility in return for taking a little bit of damage. It was removed from the American version because of the Japanese comedy trope of a pan falling on someone's head, they were worried about that translating well.
It's a comedy bit.
Yeah. And yeah, there's like a few things the names are changed. Apparently, Puppy Pizza was called Chihuahua Curry in Japan.
Did they change the graphic too? Because I'm pretty sure it's a pizza graphic. I actually don't remember.
I think they had to have.
It's not rice balls. It's hamburgers.
Yeah.
Jelly donuts.
I'll use this frying pan as a drying pan.
These guys have so much health.
Yeah. I'll admit, like this, like many other Japanese titles, has one major flaw in a lot of the later you get into a game, some of the enemies are just damage sponges. Where like the idea of difficulties, you have to punch it a little bit longer.
Right. Well, Godhead takes that trope and also adds more complex move sets and whatnot, in addition to just higher HP pools. So they're harder to kill and they're more dangerous.
Yeah, that plus like the level 1, 2, and die is honestly like a really genius move for lower difficulties. And if you start doing too good, the game gets harder.
Right.
Honestly, like I can't think of any more modern games that really do that. The game gets more difficult the better you're doing. I can't think of anything that really immediately comes to mind for that.
No, that's a pretty unique concept to Godhead. All right, let's see if we can be a little smart with this. I know I can probably drop some of the mooks if they stay still. Wow.
Uh-oh. Oh, geez. Okay.
Hmm.
And then you can tell the timing of how separate it was, because that oh man, oh geez, okay, was perfectly timed with you dying there.
There's like 4 enemies hitting me at once. I know there's a trick to crowd controlling this. I forget what it is. Because what I would like to do is be able to hit them all with a barrel, then throw hand, but I did it out of order last time. But I told you folks that the death count's going to go up almost exponentially the further we get.
Yeah, it's only going to get worse.
Ah.
It's funny looking at stuff for Godhand, looking at stuff for the localization, and reading some of the quick sentence lines out of some of the reviews. Like apparently, Maxim magazine gave a review to this game of all magazines, gave it a 3 out of 5, saying that it may lack polish and production values, but like a trailer park hooker, it still manages to be lovable trash. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's a quote, I guess.
Yeah, that's a thing to say.
It's better than the IGN review.
Yeah. Yeah, because IGN gave it a 3 out of 10, and then ranked it on the top 100 PlayStation 2 games list.
Oh yeah, that's the big backpedal.
Yeah. Apparently there was a Scottish TV series called Video Guide, which did video game reviews, and they claimed Godhead to be one of the best games ever made. Summarizing the review by saying, "What an epitaph for Clover Studio. We made one of the best games of all time, and it was just a game about punching people."
I saw that quote.
Yeah.
Like, I was reading something on Godhand somewhat recently, and that quote was up there. Like, that is true. I wouldn't exactly consider it high concept compared to things like Okami or Beautiful Joe.
Yeah. But sometimes high concept isn't what you need. Like, there's a reason people watch Marvel movies.
That's true.
This doesn't be high concept or like very in depth in its thought. It just has to be fun.
Oh, come on. The thing about Godhand, though, is even if, like, let's say it had a big bunch of promotion and marketing around it, just because of the way the game is designed, it couldn't have been like a mainstream success because it's just not designed to be a mainstream type game.
Yeah. Like there's a lot about this game it's very deliberate in how it's designed and how it's not necessarily designed to be perfect.
Well, like in interviews, Mikami said he just wanted to make the game he wanted to make because he was burnt out of making RE games, or I'm pretty sure that's what he was working on.
Oh, that and Beautiful Joe, because he was being essentially forced to make like everything was a sequel to Beautiful Joe because Capcom was not focusing on making new IPs for anything.
Yeah, and that definitely shows in the way Godhand was put together. It's like the guy had a vision of the type of game he wanted to make and didn't care how marketable or profitable or anything. And still, it turned out to be a cult classic, which is definitely saying something.
Yeah, it's absolutely, it's the best way to describe it is it's a passion project.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I'd argue it's the passion projects that make the best product.
It tends to make the more memorable ones, that's for sure. Because
yeah,
even if you don't like the way this game is set up, you cannot call it forgettable.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just the style, the writing, the music.
Oh boy, that's gonna come, isn't it? Oh no.
Oh boy. Yep. Nope. Ooh, oh, close though.
Style is impetuous.
Yep. Fortunately, each time we see this now loading, we are once again proven that you are indeed not Alexander.
Thanks, Mike. You weird, terrifying man. Seems like Mike Tyson's kind of mellowed out a bit as he's gotten older, but still.
Oh yeah.
Real quick before we take another swing at this fight, I'm going to run to the restroom real quick because that is distracting my ability to focus on this game. So if you don't mind entertaining the chat with true and or fake facts, I'll be back in just 1 second.
Yeah. Now, hi everybody. Now that Raku's gone, I'll be here to just chat with you guys to see how everything's going on. Yep. Playtime sitting at a solid just over 15 hours so far in the game. Although I don't know if that's including, yeah, because I don't know if that resets back based on deaths. I believe it does. Iconic saying, hi, Matt. Yeah, hi, guys. Snake, you're saying you don't like what they're doing to Kamala Khan's power in the MCU. I haven't seen anything on that yet, mostly because I've been actively avoiding spoiling myself on trailers because I'm so fucking far behind. But, yeah. Trying to think of good, fake, or real Raku facts. I'd say, yeah, a real fake fact. He has a fear of unicycles. Specifically, when he learned that Pink was going to ride one, there was definitely a cold sweat that like went down his back because he's like, oh no. I'm now unicycle adjacent in my friend group. This is terrifying to me. And he probably had a hard time sleeping that night because of his fear of unicycles. That's almost definitely a thing. I can't wait for him to go back through the VOD and hear that. I'm gonna own that one. Actually, let me see if that has a name. I see that.
All right, I'm back. What'd I miss?
Not much. Just kind of chilling, going through and just trying to remember if the playtime like goes back every time that you die to what the time was when you started that area, or
Yes, I believe it does.
yeah, I had a feeling it did.
We've been playing for more than 15 hours. I guarantee.
Oh yeah, like definitely way more.
164 goons dead on level died just in this level though. I'm gonna get paid.
Hey, you'll make your money. That's not gonna be an issue.
Okay. Yeah, on the topic of games, one thing I wanted to mention that's going to be kind of relevant coming up. Matt, have you heard of the game Vampire Survivors?
I've heard of that. I haven't. Like that looks that's such an extremely familiar title. Oh, it's bullet hell-ish. Yeah, I'm just re-looking it up on Steam because I'm like, I've heard the name of that game before.
It's not a bullet hell type game. It looks like it from the screenshots. It's actually like a horde-based roguelite game. And I knew nothing about it, but one of my friends was playing it, and then I saw a YouTuber that I was watching happen to play it, so I just went and looked it up, and it was like $3. It was dirt cheap. But it's a Castlevania aesthetic horde-based roguelite, not necessarily roguelike, but it's very interesting, and I'm going to be playing it on stream next week. I have to figure out when.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, because and it's only $3 Canadian too. It doesn't even increase that based on conversion, which is really nice. I might, yeah, when you do stream it, I'm definitely gonna watch and see if it's something that I'd like to hop into.
Apparently, it was a thing on itch.io.
Oh, that makes sense.
Before it became like an actual fleshed out game on Steam. It's in early access.
Yeah.
But the basic premise is you pick a character, and it's all kind of Castlevania type aesthetic characters, and each character functions not necessarily like a class, but they have their own primary weapon they start with and a stat bonus of some sort. And you're plunked down into a level that you set. I think there's 2 unlocked. And when you start the game, waves of monsters and enemies just sort of start appearing and pathing towards you. You can't attack or anything or hit any buttons. It's like a twin stick shooter almost, in that you move around and your character just sort of attacks on their own. Depending on their weapon they're using and the abilities they've got, they just start attacking. And as you kill enemies, you get experience, and you unlock different weapons and perks, and you try and last as long as possible. Very simple concept, but insanely fun. Probably spent like 3 hours playing it yesterday, and I should have been not doing that and going to sleep at a reasonable hour.
Yeah, no, I definitely know that feeling. No, that in and of itself, that's glowing enough review to me.
And I didn't know anything about it. I just saw a friend of mine was playing it, and then I watched a YouTube video on it. Apparently it came out in December, like the end of December, right before Christmas. And I asked my friend about it, and he said it was kind of out of nowhere, and then it was just popped up and people started playing it, and it turned out to be really fun. So I was like, all right,
Yeah.
that's good enough reason for any.
Yeah, exactly. You might as well.
But yeah, we'll take a look at that one next week.
Yeah. I'm definitely have to stream in on that. or tune in on that stream if and when you do it.
Normally, I don't plug games unless there's something I really feel passionate about, but that particular one surprised me a little bit because I thought I knew what it was going to be about just based on the aesthetic and everything, and I was like, you know, that's a really simple premise, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's all you really need in a game.
Well, yeah, it's precisely that. Like, I've put more hours into like senseless like games that most people wouldn't even consider like worth time, but it's fun to me.
Right, and that's all that matters.
Exactly.
Another game that I've been playing this last week that I tried out that was on my Steam list for a while.
Great.
In fact, I think that same friend is when who bought it for me. Is a Dyson Sphere program. You heard of that one?
I think I have. Yeah, that sounds really, really, really familiar.
Because you play Civ games, right?
Yes.
I love it.
It's not a Civ game per se, but it's like a factory automation simulator, kind of like Factorio or Satisfactory,
Oh yes, yes.
but on like a interplanetary level. I still am trying to figure the game out, but it is super cool.
Yeah, because this one I would definitely put more on the lines of like Factorio / Satisfactory. Because I was gonna say if you want like a star level or space level Civ type game, the one I've been recommended and would recommend is Stellaris.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, that one is like full on like space empire building, and it gets to be a lot of fun. Because because like you can essentially choose what kind of alien you're and build based on that. You can be like a plant-based, like mammal-based, reptile, and essentially there's all these different end games and different ways to build an empire and converse with other empires. It's really neat.
That's cool. Yeah, within the last year or so, I kind of got into the like factory-ish type games because a friend of mine has played thousands of hours in Factorio.
Yeah.
And kept bugging me about it. So then I picked it up, or I tried out the demo, and then I picked it up, and then I spent like 300 hours on it. So it's like, all right, I see you.
Like, I see where you're coming from, sir.
And normally I don't really have the patience for games like that, but the idea of optimization, I think, scratches an itch I guess I didn't know I had. But it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of like mixed on sim games where it's like I'm like, don't get me wrong, I love Civ 5, I love Civ 6. Those like I do like those a lot. But then I've been watching a lot of this one YouTube channel. It's called Let's Game It Out.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially what he does is the way that Wazza describes the channel is he plays games that I would never play in ways that I would play them.
That's an interesting way to describe that.
And so he plays like a lot of sim games like Planet Coaster or like Zoo Tycoon, like other like big like sim games like that. But he plays them in such a way that he aims to break them or turn them into like people torture simulators.
Oh, come on, I got stunned. Ah.
Oh geez. Yeah, that was
That
was a stun lock and a rough one at that.
All right, let me take a look at chat. First
we have someone to
chat-
ban.
Yeah, I haven't done that
I
yet.
cannot ban. I am not a mod.
All right. If Wazzy was here, she could do it. I need to mention it on stream for everyone, but Wazzy's been promoted to a mod, so I encourage everyone to congratulate her and tell her not to abuse her power next time you see her.
Yeah. Do not use your powers for evil.
Yeah, well, we'll see if that happens. But
We'll
I trust
We
Wazzy.
can hope. Yeah.
Let me see. I need to do / ban that person's name, right?
Yep. Or I believe you can click on their name and ban should come up.
Okay. block. No, that's not what I want. I'll just use the command.
In the meantime, I'll continue down because Snake's asking if we've seen the game Pal World.
Oh, apparently they just popped in here and left.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me see if they're still in the chat. Shows you how well I know my commands. No, they're not here. Yeah, looks like they just dropped a spam link and peaced out.
Okay, well...
Can I just delete their...
They should be able to just delete their message.
Yeah, let's see how do I do that.
I'm going to report them.
I should be able... I could probably make you mod too. In fact, I probably should have made you a mod before Wazzy, but... We won't talk about that. Let me do that, and then because you know the commands better than me.
That's
see.
fair. Yeah.
Roles manager.
Like I have the benefit of having been Wazzy's mod for a few years.
Yours is just Proto-Prolix.
Yes.
I don't recognize your icon. That should be fine.
It's funny because my icon is just my current Discord reactive image.
Yeah. I thought I'm used to seeing red shirt guy.
Fair enough.
Okay, you've been given godlike powers.
Excellent. Yeah, I know a couple of chats that were in there were if you or I had heard of the game Pal World.
That came up in one of Wazzy's streams recently. I saw it mentioned. I have not heard of Pal World. I saw the discussion, but I don't remember what the explanation was.
Yeah. Best way to describe it is a MMO, like open world survival crafting game where you can befriend and collect mysterious creatures called pals. Or essentially it's Pokemon if it was in an open world and you had guns.
Oh. Pokemon Fortnite?
Yeah,
Well, open world rather than Battle Royale, I guess.
Yeah. That, and Adeb was here as well, and saying hi to Adeb, asking if you play One Bara.
Onechan Bara.
Bara.
I have no interest to play that game. I heard it was pretty mediocre. It was like an action game. That's the one with like the girl in the cowboy hat and like the bikini outfit, I think.
Yeah. I remember I played that on the Wii way back in the day. Like the Wii port version, and yeah, not great. Because it's literally just running around. It's very much made for a specific kind of gamer. I am not that specific kind of gamer.
Well, the thing about that is I get the appeal, but the game looked so jank that it didn't look like it was fun.
Yeah.
Like, Godhead looks jank, but it's fun. It's fun to play. Like, the mechanics and the gameplay is good.
Yeah.
Onechan Bara didn't really look that compelling.
Yeah.
And it was a franchise, too. There's more than one game. I know very little about it. But that wouldn't be super high on my list of, like, PS2 era, because I think it was PS2 game, too.
Yeah, it was PS2 and Wii, because they were about the same graphical level, honestly.
Which should not be the case, given the difference in platforms.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, like, say what you will positively about Nintendo, but the one thing that will always bug me is that they actively go out of the way to be less graphic, like, less technologically, like, keeping up or intensive.
Well, yeah, we talked about it before. It's become very apparent that Nintendo's run by dinosaurs. They don't understand the internet, for one, and they also don't really understand technology. But the fact that they've been able to build their platforms in a way where they don't need to be using current gen technology to make good products is what's impressive.
Yeah, it's true.
But
like,
I honestly don't think we'd have a portable model like the Switch if it had current gen hardware in it. So it's a trade-off.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, you could not get You cannot do a Switch that has graphics like a PS5. It's literally impossible.
Yeah. But I can see why people get frustrated, because then you see things like Monster Hunter Rise, which for a while was Switch exclusive, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, not only is it on a specific platform that not everyone might have, but for some people who really care about the performance, it is not on the highest performance type of console. So it's kind of like lose-lose in a way. I personally didn't care. I don't care what Monster Hunter's on. I'm going to play it. But it kind of sucks for the audience that they're trying to grow.
Yeah, between that and like... And that being said, it is nice that Rise is finally on PC, because I'm just like... For me, I need to have a controller in hand looking at a bigger screen than what the Switch has.
Right.
And like, while I could do that with the Switch with a dock and a Pro controller, I'm just like... I'm just going to wait for it to PC and play around with it there. And I'm glad I did. I think the only real gripe I have with Rise on the PC is I cannot adjust the size of my HUD elements.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's not even a setting in it. You can remove HUD elements, but you cannot change the size of them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, you can take stuff off, but it's interesting that you can't resize.
You can't resize or adjust. If I had that, I would have zero complaints about Rise, because I would just make everything a little bit smaller, because running at 1080p on the size of monitor I have, it's like, it's a would be nice.
I did this so I could hit a checkpoint, but I've not solved the problem of that huge, massive goons. But now we're fighting Sensei with his weird Japanese lines read by a person who's the English voice actor. I think this is Devil Hand's voice actor. It sounds like the same guy.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah, I think it is actually. I think it is Sam Riegel. Yeah. Snake is asking if you have played Monster Prom.
I have not. I've watched people play Monster Prom. In fact, Wazzy played that on stream, right?
Yeah, Wazzy's played it on stream, and we played it. It was one of our Extra Life blocks last year. It was Monster Camp.
Right. Oh, it looks cool. I'm not really a... Is it like a dating sim? Like a visual novel-ish dating sim type of game?
Kind of like that. It's like a potentially competitive / cooperative dating sim, where essentially you can have up to 4 players playing at once, doing the whole stat thing, getting romance flags on multiple characters, and you can go after the same character or essentially work with each other to like wingman for each other. Like it's yeah. Put simply, it's a lot of fun. It's more fun when you can play with more people.
I'm gonna test something. I like the presentation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try something that may come into play later, because I want to test it since it's been a while, and it's specifically for these sensei enemies.
Okay.
And I talked about this a while ago, but let's see if it works. Those enemies with the swords are very weak to low hits, so I'm going to put reverse sweep on and see if I can spam it. That's how I beat the Great Sensei a long time ago, which is really funny considering how hard that fight is. But let's see if it works on his students.
Yeah, let's see if you can cheese this.
Problem is I'm on a time limit, so I can't just sit here and do it since the sweep doesn't do a ton of damage. Okay, can't hit his guard though. Oh, come on. Alright, so, yeah, very effective on those types of enemies. Not spammable because they block, but it'll avoid the majority of the sword swipes.
And that's better than nothing.
Yeah. So I could probably do that enough and try and get meter. If I get really close to dying, I could just throw God Hand. So it'd be nice to be able to save that for all the goons that are waiting outside. Or just die.
Yeah. Oop. Yeah, there it is.
It's alright.
You shall embrace death.
Ow.
There we go. I don't remember if this trial is just this guy or if it's ending up going to be.
I think it's just this guy.
Because looking at the amount of HP he has, like, that would make the most sense.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just this guy.
Yeah. Now looking at the stuff in chat. Snake saying I hate exclusives. I love Persona, but I don't have a PlayStation. Yeah, it does make things rough because Persona 5 still hasn't hit a non-PlayStation console, which is surprising to me.
I thought for sure they were gonna port it to like Switch or something because of the Smash crossover, and without that, I thought they would port it to PC. You know, like they did with Golden. Oh, I was wrong.
Oh no.
Is it just her though?
I guess there's no one else coming at you, so.
I still think they're gonna have some sort of port for Persona, but what it's gonna be on, your guess is as good as mine. Maybe PC.
Yeah.
Oh balls!
Oh jeez.
There's two. There's two.
Yeah. Okay. This is.
There's two.
It's a bit of a challenge. Okay, so now we know that at least the extent of what you're doing here.
Oh man.
Yeah. Honestly, the one thing I'm expecting Persona to happen, because this year is Persona's 25th anniversary. So, and, like, hence why Persona 4 Arena is making its way to PC finally.
Next month.
Yep, next month, very soon. I know Wazzy's excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. We got to get Persona Fight Club going.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll see once it comes up. Jesus.
That and like they have to be announcing other 25th anniversary stuff, but
So it's 25th anniversary of the first game in the series on what, PlayStation?
Yes.
Okay. I started with 3.
I also started on 3. 3 FES to be specific.
Yes. I started with 3 FES, but the first one I beat was Persona 3 Portable.
Yeah. And 3 Portable is like the definitive best one.
Yeah. That should come to Switch. Like a remaster of Persona Portable? I think I was talking to Wazzy about that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have to do a whole lot to re-optimize it, I think.
Yeah, she would buy multiple copies in a heartbeat. Like, it's not even a... She would consider it, she would get it.
Yeah.
And so for our 25th anniversary, the only things they've really announced is that there's going to be an exclusive store collection, Arena Ultimax, and I Am 8-Bit is doing a vinyl series of all 5 Persona games music on vinyl.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool, but it's also $400.
And you need a record player.
Well, I have a record player. That's not the problem for me. It's justifying $400 on a schwack load of vinyls. It's what, 1, 2, 3. It is 15 vinyls total.
Wow. All right.
1 for Persona 1, 2 for Persona 2, and then 4 for 3, 4, and 5.
I know nothing about the music for the first two, and I'm assuming they added stuff for like the different versions of 2 that they had, because there was.
Yeah, because 2 had 2 games.
Yeah.
And 2 completely separate games at that.
There was Innocent Sin was one. I forget what the other one was called. It was like Eternal Punishment or something.
Yes, that's the exact titles for them. Yeah.
Oh, lucky guess. Hey, Iconic's cheering me on in the chat. I see you, dude. I'm getting absolutely murdered by this swordsman, but thank you.
It's getting a bit. On the plus side, it's a challenge and not a.
Yeah. I'll give it a couple more goes.
Yeah.
The real challenge would be surviving the area right outside. I don't know. If I had the ability to make a poll, I'd ask people to vote if they want me to kill everybody or just move on for the sake of progress. Because I would like to get Shannon's boss fight today. That's a fun one.
Yeah, and that'd be a nice goal. I mean, we're coming up to 2 hours of streaming so far, so.
All right. Naked Snake says Persona 6 will be green. I think so.
Yeah, because we've had blue, yellow, red, so yeah, green just makes sense, like thematically.
Yeah. Ooh boy. They're gonna pop in right over the step. Alright.
That was a little sudden.
I can't jump up. Oh, whoops. Let me see if I can get out of here. I still need to play Royal for Persona. I was waiting for it to come out on PC, like you were saying, but I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's trick is how long of a wait is that going to be?
Because I have an unopened copy of the original, but then it got so far back on my backlog I never got to it, and then they announced the Royale version, which, remembering back to my experience with Golden, I felt like Golden was a really good experience. A golden experience, JoJo reference. So I don't know. I could wait, I guess.
Yeah, because it's like, and that's one of those things that like, if it doesn't pop for well, yeah, that being said, I don't know if you have a PS4.
I do. I don't have a PS5.
Okay. Luckily, the Royal's on PS4.
Right.
And worst case scenario with Golden Week, because that's only a few months away. If it doesn't get a PC announcement between now and then, worst case scenario, you'll definitely be on at least a 50% sale.
Yeah. I guess we'll have to see with the anniversary and the announcements coming up, but
yeah.
It would be interesting if they announced a new Persona game. Oh man.
Or even if they just announced that it was in development.
Yeah. What else is Atlas working on right now?
That's a great question. Let's see what we have for a list of Atlas releases in 2022. Game Rat, what do you got? First announced in 2017, there's Project Re-Fantasy that the Atlas team is currently working on, that they started working on once Persona 5 came out.
What is that? Is that a new property?
Looks like it might be the property, same character designer, same character artist as Persona though.
Kaneko?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
I'll instantly buy in for an Atlas product if it's got Kaneko on character design and Meguro on music. If they have those two people on the project, I'm on board.
Oh yeah, in a heartbeat. And it looks like Vanillaware might be putting out something new. Same folks made Odin Sphere and a Dragon's Crown.
Dragon's Crown 2? Please?
Maybe? I remember I didn't play a lot of Dragon's Crown. I only played a little bit of on the Vita. I played a good chunk of Odin Sphere on the PS2.
I have not played Odin Sphere. I think I bought it on Vita when it was on sale, but I have not played it. But I played a ton of Dragon's Crown. Like probably a couple hundred hours worth. I love that game. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Definitely has
It's
a
one that
notable
if I-
art style, but the gameplay is also very fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like it's very much, yeah, it's that kind of art style where it's that very like gorgeous 2D art, like
It's like a moving painting.
yeah,
Essentially, they were doing kind of like live 2D animation before live 2D was really a thing, which is very interesting.
it's one of those things that's super uncommon to see like that stylization. Oh. I know you have to use your pistols. It's okay.
All right, we're moving on, folks. I'm gonna leave the challenge for now because we need to progress. We're getting closer to the end. Now we've got Shannon's pet. Whatever that
Ooh,
means.
fun. You know, these later levels have been surprisingly low in cutscenes because I like it almost felt like every other zone was giving us a cutscene.
Yeah, they've been spread out a little bit more. Maybe it's partly because there's one less Deva.
Yeah, that could be the case.
It's too bad I don't have manual camera control because it'd be kind of neat to show how they set up the whole level. It's essentially one giant set piece, which is different from a lot of the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like where I popped in at the very start, I think is straight ahead and down.
Yeah.
And then we went through all the different areas and we came up through like the corridors and whatnot. And our ultimate target is there. In the distance.
Yeah. The castle way up there.
Alright, now we gotta punch the door. Oh. While we're moving between levels, I think it'll get a little. First, there's platforming. There's platforming in Godhead.
One of those games that just shouldn't have platforming in it.
Well, with literal platforms, but if you don't time this correctly, Gene will just shoot into the nothingness and die, like so. That's what that looks like. I did that on purpose for everybody.
Yeah, you're definitely just demonstrating.
I
not
totally
like-
didn't just overshoot that because depth perception.
Yeah, incredibly on purpose. Don't worry, everyone watching. That was super on purpose.
Brilliant. This is Shannon's pet. So now we have an inexplicable different type of gameplay element that only shows up here. It's very interesting because, again, nothing else in the game is like this. So we have a bridge that's out. We have a big dude sitting under a switch. We have a sleeping dog and a dog house. If I go over here and pick up a bone, which I can use like a weapon, which I never even thought to do before, but if we throw it, and I wake up, did I throw it too far? Ah, all right.
Might have been just a little bit too far.
Throw it closer, the dog will wake up, walk past the bone I just threw for some reason, eat it, as dogs do. And the whole point of this is to guide the dog along this track towards the dude at the switch. Simple enough, but again, very, very unusual considering nothing else in the game makes you do this.
Yeah, it's one of those uniquenesses. But then again, so is the boat. So like, at least this is not as punishing as the boat.
Naked Snake says, Raku roll for persuasion. I don't know if I've got enough charisma points. Which is on topic because we had our first D&D session in a while this week. We finally got our entire crew back into our game. And I think I told you about my D&D game that I'm playing. The first campaign I've ever played before.
Yeah, because you were a beatboxing dragonborn bard, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the charisma person.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's mostly so, like, yeah, being charisma based. I've only ever done it like once or twice. It makes for a really interesting like change in gameplay because usually I go like full strength or full dexterity. I very rarely play like mages or wizards or anything of that.
Bring it on.
Let's see. Can you taunt this
So
guy?
you had a.
Bring it on.
Could have sworn you could taunt him.
It looks like
He's
that
out.
was straight up-
You
Yeah,
can't really
that was
interact
right.
with him, but I could have sworn there was a way to taunt him and get free meter, but maybe not.
Time for a little fun.
All right.
Maybe if you just straight up punch him and then.
No, he's not even interactable at all.
Oh yeah.
Poison Troll makes for one scary pet. Yeah.
I mean,
alright.
it's a poisonous pet. Yeah, it's gonna be.
But it seems very appropriate for Shannon. So we have to assume that the Chihuahuas are her deal.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Oh. Whoops. Didn't not want to take aggro on two of these guys, but all right.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I wanted to pull one because I wanted to see if I could just smack him with the bone. Since I think you get infinite bones.
Yeah, because it doesn't look like they run out at any point.
Bring it on.
Aww. That's fine. Just want them over here so I can take him out. Naked Snake says, Matt, roll for sleight of hand.
See, that's one of those things that, yeah, real me can't do. D&D me, maybe, depending on the character.
Time for a little fun.
Right over here. Oh, one and done. Good to know. Hey, we got a raid. Prince
Oh,
Lemon is
hey.
raiding. With a party of two. Thanks, Prince.
Yeah, thanks for joining up.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It's a real shame that the enemies can't do friendly fire on each other.
Some of them can. Like the cannon shots from the big guys will hit the other ones and they'll kind of knock them over. But it doesn't have a whole lot of stopping power. Like it'll hit their friends and make them mad. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, first time chat from Cause Let's Play saying hi, Raku.
Hey, what's up, Cause? Let's play.
And Penguin Party's here too.
Hey, Penguin. How you doing? All right. This is a unique type of big guy. I can't kick him off the platform. We think we saw one in the challenge. I am just going to meter this.
Yeah, I say just get rid of him.
He's got a lot of health, though. Look at that.
Yeah, he's definitely not a pushover by any means.
Might be able to yank. Chain yank. Yeah.
So we can build in my meter and
I'm gonna go run for the barrel.
yeah, absolutely. Oh,
Oh, no, he's dead. All right.
look at that.
It's worth 200 gold.
Oh, and Penguin's saying that they're doing good. It's finally my day off, so I'm not at work for once.
Well, that's good.
That is always nice.
Yeah. All right. Health. Hey. Unfortunate. Oh no. Oh no. I forgot about this.
Oh. Oh no.
All right, well, we're going to do it. A killer hand. Those who've been watching up till now, hopefully you remember. Actually, Naked Snake, this one's for you, buddy.
Yeah, next take you'll like this.
Time to shuffle up and deal. I've got a killer hand. I've got a killer hand. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. Quit imitating.
Ah, this is dumb.
Here we go. Hey, Cause Let's Play, thanks for the follow. You joined at a really good time because we got some antics. Oh,
Man, I forgot how
I
good
don't know if I'm going to be able to catch him.
Is.
We'll see. Nope. Didn't cost any orbs though, but I missed. Let's try that again. I want to do a damage check on this particular roulette move. Good damage.
Oh, very good damage. Ooh-wee. Pigman saying it's off brand Power Rangers. Yep. Apathetic Potato saying, why is the Noid Rangers here?
These folks are the Mad Midget 5. And they have lightsabers now.
And they're honestly, like, just, they're incredibly funny. And a really fun fight, albeit one that is very much a crowd control check. That if you're not good at crowd control, you will hate this fight.
Yeah, and if you get good drops. I got really lucky with drops. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this first try, I guess.
Yeah, you're just gonna.
Let's see. Let me get everything, and then we're scoring off against the leader, Red. Yeah, let's do this. Star points.
And the fact that you used the.
I love it.
Maybe that hand wasn't so killer. I did that specifically because I wanted to show off the animation of him being stuck in the ground.
Oh, that's fantastic. And the fact that his scarf is still flapping in the winds.
Of course. Let's see. What does Green say? Maybe I shouldn't spend so much time clubbing. Because he's the club ranger.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pink says, I think I need new pants. Alright.
Okay, fair. I
Yellow
guess.
says, I'll never get to be a girl's best friend. I feel like that's a Power Rangers reference.
Oh no, because they're the Diamond Ranger.
Oh. Very good. Wait, where's Blue?
Yeah.
Did Blue just
That's
gone?
apparently.
Did Blue get yeeted
Yeah,
out of the arena when I used the home run god?
I think he did. I think you launched him. Unless he's behind those barrels over there.
Let's look. We'll raid the room. Wow, I expected that to be a lot more difficult. I got super lucky with drops.
Yeah, you absolutely just ruined that fight. Like that did not take long at all.
The first one took longer. Well, the boat took longer.
Yeah, the boat was longer. Tiger Joe was longer.
Damn, that's a long way down.
I didn't send you an invitation, did I?
Wow, rude.
incredibly
Okay.
so. But also, the Gene getting kicked off the cliff sounding with that was very entertaining.
You ever play Demon Souls or Dark Souls? I think I asked you that before.
I've played some Dark Souls and some Bloodborne, but I've never didn't get far into, and I didn't really play Demon Souls or anything outside of that.
You know the character patches? Have you ever seen the character patches in those games?
That was one of those things. I bet I have, but it's just one of those things that like I probably don't remember my name.
He's a bald dude. I think he's like a thief class technically, and in I think every game he shows up in, he tricks you into going looking at a pit, and then he boots you over the edge. It's his thing.
Oh, Trusty Patches.
Yep.
I see him there. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I know him.
And I know this game came out before Dark Souls, but the reference with Gene getting punted over the edge reminded me of that.
Yeah.
All right, what we got? I don't think we have anything new. Mostly looking for power-ups. Nope. We got to beat Shannon first, I think.
Oh yeah, the puppy pizza. We wanted to see if that
Oh yeah.
if that's a pizza graphic.
Good memory.
They did just completely replace the Chihuahua curry. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very clearly pizza. So they must add a different art for a Chihuahua curry.
Localizations.
Yep, they'll do that. Yeah, no Six Rangers. Blue got banished to the Shadow Realm with the Mad Midget 5. Yeah, Blue definitely got like full on just straight banished.
I'm still in shock of how well that fight went.
Yeah.
It's almost enough to redeem my performance of the night. Almost.
Almost.
Oh, we're coming up on the fight with the guy in the cave. That I don't think will be as bad.
Yeah.
Oh, another cutscene.
You're only allowed to stop working when you're dead. You must keep working. More than one of you should be enjoying this.
Godhead.
Good night, everybody.
Well, we have a bit of a break in between the annoying parts. I know we were talking about it before we got on stream, Matt, but we're talking about drinks.
Yes.
So even though I am assuming some of the people on here probably aren't old enough to drink, so I will caveat this discussion with only drink if you are of legal age in whatever respective country you live in.
Yes,
Because
and if you are of legal age, please drink responsibly.
Yes. But I thought it'd be interesting since I've talked about it on one of my ranking streams when I did alcohol about 2 months ago. But I think it'd be an interesting discussion. Oh come on. What is your go-to? I guess we'll start with just regular drinks. So like cocktails. If you're at a bar and it's not the COVID times, what's your go-to drink of choice, drink and or cocktail?
If I am like if I'm out to go have drinks with friends, I usually go straight to a cocktail, usually a Caesar, which is very similar to a Bloody Mary, just with a clamato or lime tomato cocktail.
Okay.
Usually with vodka in it. If I'm going out like having a meal, it's usually I have a pint, and it's usually like a pint of beer of whatever's most interesting on tap. Like when it comes to beer, I am not a cheap beer drinker. Wazzy has repeatedly called me a beer snob, but like I'm the sort of who would go out of my way to be like, oh yeah, this sounds like really peculiar. I'm gonna put it in my face.
I think
Although I do the same thing with spirits. So
I think the difference in the the rationale is, if you're a cheap beer drinker, you're not drinking it for the taste necessarily.
Yeah, you're drinking it to get drunk in that case.
Right. Oh, I see. Naked Snake took off.
Oh.
I hope Naked Snake saw the Mad Midget 5.
Oh yeah, he definitely saw that.
Okay, good.
He was enjoying it.
That one's almost for you, buddy.
Yeah.
I see. So, like, I think I've talked about it on that alcohol ranking stream, but I don't like beer. I have never liked it. I've tried, and in my particular area, craft or like microbrews are really popular, especially among some of the more hipstery people.
Oh yeah.
Not that it's means you're a hipster, but I just don't like the malty flavor.
Oh yeah, and that's entirely fair. It's very much an acquired taste, and if you have the wrong stuff mixed with it, yeah, beer's awful. Like anything where it's like an IPA or an India Pale Ale style, where it's very hoppy, I can't do it because it just tastes like soap. But in comparison, like there's actually one I had on my birthday weekend, which is really good. It was a very light on the beer flavor, but it was a beer style horchata.
Oh, okay.
There was like a lot of milk sugar, almonds, cinnamon, vanilla, and it was like a very sweet beer. It was very, very tasty.
It doesn't sound bad. If it were up to me, I'd rather just drink an horchata.
Oh yeah, same.
You ever seen
but
the...
like,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, for a beer, it was a very tasty, like, it was a good sweet beer. But I'm not about to tell anyone, like, no, you have to try it. If you don't like beer, you don't like beer. But on that point, so yeah, I imagine you're more of a cocktail or wine drinker then?
I don't drink wine either.
Okay.
And again, wine is also very popular. I've tried. I don't like the flavor of wine. So as you can imagine, that tends to limit what I can drink in a casual setting because I can't drink anything cheap that comes in like a can or a bottle.
Yeah.
And oh boy, bad start. As a result, like the higher end stuff like wines, I also don't drink.
Yeah.
So that means my choices are one, cider, and I was going to ask if cider is popular in your area because it's kind of blown up here over the last decade or so.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of the breweries around here, like the local breweries, will also have like a cider as well. And one of the bigger Canadian breweries, Big Rock, is actually based out of Calgary, and they do a very, very good series of ciders called Rock Creek.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fortunately, because cider has gotten popular, it's pretty common to find in most places. So, if, I feel like pacing myself and drinking something that's not gonna knock me over right away, then I can usually go for a hard cider. Shilling is good. Angry Orchard, which is a pretty standard one's alright, but it's a bit sweet, so I can't drink too many of them.
Yeah.
Strongbow's not bad.
Yeah, Strongbow's like the one cider I can't do just because it's too dry.
Yeah, wouldn't be my first choice, but it's not bad.
Yeah. Did you guys have Summersby cider?
Summersby. I would have to see the logo if I've seen it, but it's not one I've tried actively.
Yeah. It's another one that I would almost argue it's almost sweeter than Angry Orchard, so.
Great.
It's funny because I like sweet. It's just if I'm going to be drinking a lot of something, I need to be careful about my sugar.
Oh, no, that's fair.
Unless I want a hangover.
Exactly.
There's another brand that I've seen in stores here, and I don't think it's like a local brand of cider. It's called Fox Barrel. It is a blackberry pear cider.
Oh, that sounds really good.
It is really good.
Yeah, it's funny because even when it comes to beers, I'm more likely to lean towards like a beer with fruit in it of some sort. Like another local brewery to me, it's called a Wild Rose Brewery because I've never made it a secret that I live in Alberta, Canada, and we are the Wild Rose province. And they have one that's called the Ponderosa Goza, which is like a passion fruit guava kind of beer.
Oh.
I lean towards like that kind of stuff.
So kind of like a tropical like flavor to it.
Yeah, kind of like that. But okay, and so not a beer drinker, not a wine drinker usually. So it's usually like ciders, and I imagine some spirits, right?
Primarily spirits. This is gonna sound really bad, I know, but
well, it's not. As long as you're not drinking straight out of the bottle, like.
Depends on the spirit, which is why I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about that for the sake of the conversation. So before we talk about spirits, for cocktails specifically, you mentioned like a Bloody Caesar, which I've had lots of Bloody Marys. I do like that as a savory drink. So I'd be down to try a Bloody Caesar. Sounds very similar.
Yeah.
But let's see, what are my go-tos? White Russian. I do like me some White Russians. I was talking to it's the Prince. I was talking to Prince. He's not really a drinker, but we're talking about drinks in his stream, and he mentioned liking citrusy, type drinks, and I recommended a sidecar.
Oh.
Have you had a sidecar?
I have not.
It is cognac, lemon juice, and a third thing I'm forgetting.
An orange liqueur.
Orange liqueur. That's what it is. Yeah.
That sounds actually really good.
They're a little bit tart. Got kind of a good smooth flavor because of the cognac. And like a lemon drop is really kind of sweet and almost syrupy.
Yeah.
So it's like a less intense version of those. A classier lemon drop, if you will.
No, it's not bad. Oh yeah, because it's cognac. He would recommend it as like a triple sec.
Yeah, that's a pretty common one. Another one that I like is an old fashioned.
Yes.
Old fashioned's the drink of distinction.
Yeah, funny, because I used to order old fashions all the time and be like, oh hey, yeah, I would love to have this more often, but like finding bitters, it can sometimes be a bit of a pain. But I actually found a local place that actually has locally made bitters and locally made simple syrups of like a bunch of different flavors too.
Oh, that's good. I tend to go orange bitters in my old fashions if I'm making them. Yeah. I know depending on where you go, they might do like Angostura or like other types of bitters depending.
Yeah.
And I've had old fashions with both bourbon and rye. I don't really have a preference. Either or is usually fine. Like I tend to make mine with bullet rye.
Well, there's actually a really good bourbon, like a relatively fancy bourbon I had. I believe the distillery is based out of Western State.
I wonder if this is scripted. Did that last one kill me, or did I die on the wave after it? I think I died on the wave after it.
Yeah.
Let's not forget to run the run ended.
Yes.
Ooh.
Don't forget it.
That's a command grab, and that's death. Curses. Hey, Milf and Cheese is back.
Milf and Cheese.
Oh, I didn't even see the Prince in there. The Prince was commenting on the interesting treatment of the prisoners, it looks like.
Yeah, very interesting choice. Let's see. Oh, I was wrong. The distillery is Oppidan. It's based out of Illinois, actually. And it's like a bourbon-ish called Smokin' Sea.
Smokin' sea like the letter or like the high seas?
Like the high seas.
Interesting.
Really, really good. A really, really good like bourbon style whiskey. Yeah, it's a Fort Green Street bourbon and bourbon mash, but it's like a really has a little like tinge of salt to it, kind of. And making an old fashioned with that was really interesting.
So is it smoky as a bourbon, or is it less smoky compared to like regular whiskeys?
Yeah, it's a bit more smoky. Yeah, it has a little bit of a peaty, like Scotchish almost flavor to it in it as well, because I believe it was distilled in like the story why it's Smoke and Sea is that it was actually distilled in Scotch barrels that were strapped to the top of a ship brought across the Atlantic, so like sea salt would get on them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was a super tasty one. It's funny, one of the tricks I learned actually from a family member for making old fashions is alongside having like orange bitters, you get, because usually it's garnished with like an orange peel.
Yeah, like a twist.
Yeah, like an orange twist. A trick that I learned to like give it a little bit of extra smoky flavor if you don't have that in the whiskey is just to have a match on hand and just like slightly char the edges of the orange.
Yep.
And then like give that a bit of a stir into the old fashioned.
Yep, that'll give it kind of a like a smoky citrus flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my friends, well, my same friend that lives one city over, the guy who got me into Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
He's also a drink connoisseur. He and I have really similar tastes, but he invested in a set of ice cube makers from this company called Winter Smiths. You ever heard of them?
I have not, but I don't know.
I think one of their models was crowdfunded because he got the first iteration of it, I think, as a backer.
Okay.
But one of the thing that's neat about their model and he gave it to me when he got a different one, this is how I got it, is it's a device that lets you make clear ice cubes.
Oh, cool.
Like perfectly cube shaped, not just, like a tray. Like you get in a old fashioned glass, either the perfect cube ones, they have the sphere ones too, but
Yeah.
it's pretty neat, so I used it for that. You basically fill this set of like I think 3 or 4 molds with warm water, and you set the molds in the freezer. And then after like 24 hours or so, you just break them out of there, and they're perfectly clear and not cloudy, which is pretty neat. It's kind of an aesthetic thing, but it looks cool.
Oh yeah, and like I super get that point of aesthetic. Like I have a set of like metal whiskey stones.
Yeah.
Where they kind of have a nice feel. Plus, it also helps with like chilling the drink without diluting too much. And I remember I picked up a set for my dad that were actually like hewn stone cubes, and they looked really nice. Like aesthetically, they were very cool.
That's one thing I don't own. Whiskey stones.
Yeah.
It's good if you want to drink something that's chilled but not have it diluted, like you said.
Yeah. Which works out really well for like if you have like a sipping whiskey or sipping bourbon.
Right. Let's see if we can thin out the boards a little bit. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other cocktails. Those tend to be the main ones. I may remember some as we proceed, but for specific types of liquor, and I think I talked about this on the ranking stream, so it's not exactly news. Come on. My favorite type of liquor is rum.
Yeah, I have a special place in my heart for rum solely. Like, it's what I drank a lot when I was younger, so I just have a soft spot in my heart for it.
You ever get into sipping rums?
A couple here and there. I have like a 5-year aged rum sitting on my shelf that I go to every once in a while.
What's the brand?
I think it was English Harbor.
Okay. The one that I recommend to people, and I don't know how readily available it is, but it's not from here. It's a Barbados rum, I believe. It's called Kaniche XO. Kaniche XO. And it's like a dark, it's considered spiced. Maybe not quite like a Morgan's or a Kraken, but it's very smooth sipping rum. Good on the rocks or neat. And it's not that expensive. It's I think $30-something US.
Yeah.
Just more than like your Bacardis and like the cheaper tier rums, but pretty affordable. It's really good.
Yeah, that's actually a perfectly reasonable price range. It's funny because just talking about like Caribbean rums. There's one that I picked up because back in the day, or back on a vacation that we took a cruise through the Caribbean, and we stopped at the Cayman Islands, and we had picked up a Tortuga rum, and that was a very, very tasty flavored rum that they do.
Oh, got
And they have like all the flavors from like banana, pineapple, mango, like a lot of tropical flavored rums.
Nice. I don't know why that villager, one, had a unique model, and two, stuck his butt at me, but...
Awesome.
Alright.
Awesome.
Probably to display subservience, I guess. If I'm gonna get into like thinking too hard about it.
That's possible.
Which honestly might be best if I don't think too hard about it. Yeah. That and
Oh, that's right.
oh,
We got rocks that I need to watch out for. Yeah,
Jim Jones.
speaking of rum products, and this is one that I've been trying to figure out for a while. You know the Morgan products, right? Cap Morgan.
Yeah.
You ever try Tattoo? Back
I've
when we used to
not,
sell
no.
it?
Yeah, I can't say.
Tattoo was one of their product lines that was like a very dark, very spiced rum. More perfumey and fragrant than their regular one. And a little more expensive, like maybe a couple bucks. Not as high end as their private stock, which is like their sipping rum that's like 20-something bucks. But I really like Tattoo. It was a little bit potent, but it had such a unique flavor to it. And then just discontinued it.
Yeah, which is just a shame.
Yeah, I think they replaced it with their Captain Morgan Black line, which wasn't as good. I tried it. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, and usually if I'm going for a dark rum in the affordable range, I usually default to Kraken.
Yep. Another good one that's I'd consider a competitor to Kraken is Jonah's Curse. It's one of my cousin's favorites, aside from Tattoo. And it's similar, like a dark type rum. Good mixer, decent enough to drink straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ikonic's taking off. Iconic says, I must go now. Thank y'all for the fun time and hope y'all have a great rest of your night. Thanks, Iconic.
Thank you, Iconic.
I think I can try and get through at least one more boss fight tonight.
Yeah.
Because we're
should
coming
be
up on
good.
it. And then we'll see where that leaves us.
Great.
Yes. Okay, Jonah's Curse I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for. This looks real interesting.
It's pretty cheap too, and considering usually cheap rums tend to be kind of garbage and hard to drink, it's good. It's good mix.
Yeah.
It's decent by itself. Again, I consider it like a competitor to Kraken, similar type of product.
Okay, that makes sense. It's funny on the point with that, like, Captain Morgan Tattoo. It just reminded me there's one seasonal version of Jack Daniels that, like, they put out one winter and they haven't put out since. It was just called Winter Jack Daniels, and it was like a cinnamon. It was like a very light cinnamon vanilla whiskey.
I remember seeing
And
that.
it was like the only thing that I would consider like a Jack Daniel's sipping whiskey.
More cutscenes. We get no explanation for where this guy came from. We don't even get his name.
You came here to kill me too, huh?
Say what?
You're not going to trick me! Try this rock upside your head!
It's an old dude living in a cave, and he's got psychic powers and throws rocks at you.
Because why not, right?
Why not? Alright, so his deal is he sends projectiles after you, and you gotta kind of keep moving because you can't hit him while he's levitating. But eventually he'll tire himself out and fall down. got mooks.
Mooks with weapons, and weapons are never not handy.
Alright, the force lightning he's doing there will pick Gene up if it manages to hit him. So I need to either dodge it or be like mid-animation and get away from that.
Yeah, essentially, yeah, abuse of my frames.
Yeah. Oh, well, if I can pick up one of those planks, that'll help. Where's he at? Ah, more mooks. Some chain yankers. Yeah, I'd say after rum, my second favorite alcohol, and spirit-wise, is probably tequila.
Thank you. It's so rare to find somebody who appreciates tequila.
What's your favorite type of the different types and varieties?
See, usually, yeah, the trick with finding tequila in Canada is that it is very much you get what you get, because there's not like a huge variety that actually makes it this far north.
I believe that.
Usually I aim for anejo.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, anejo. Although it's more common to find reposado, I find.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
I like probably in order. It would be reposado, blanco, and then anejo, and then mezcal. Mezcal is very acquired to me. It's kind of like the scotches of tequila. It's not bad, but it is very strong and smoky.
Exactly. And yeah, it's just one of those the ones you find up here is like either something off-brand, like brand you never heard of, or Patron. It is what most liquor stores carry when it comes to tequila.
Yeah. Have you ever tried Clase Azul?
I have not.
And that was me not throwing Godhead and dying. Clase Azul's a reposado. It's spelled like it sounds. C-L-A-S-E and A-Z-U-L. And it's a little bit noteworthy because it's sold in this kind of really nice ceramic vase-looking thing with a metal top, and it's hand-painted. It's very fancy, and it's not cheap. Before the supply chain issues hiked its price up, Azul was going for about $120 per 750 milliliter.
Oh, geez. So yeah, that is a very nice.
Yes, but it's very good. I have some that I got for a gift a while ago, and I've been kind of rationing it because it's kind of harder to find now, and if you do find it, it's like $200 on the shelf, which I like it, but I don't like it enough to pay $200. If I'm going to be paying hundreds of dollars for something, it better be really freaking good.
Yeah, it better be like top.
But it's got a good flavor. It's kind of like vanilla and cinnamon-ish, very smooth for tequila.
Oh yeah, and that's usually what I aim for in tequila. I'm not looking to tequila to go and just do like standard everyday tequila shots.
Yeah. Well, if you're gonna shoot some sort of tequila, Patron Silver's good for that, as opposed to like I don't know what's a cheap tequila. Cuervo. Yeah.
Jose Cuervo, yeah.
You could shoot it, but you'll most likely pay for it later.
Oh yeah.
I see Penguin's got the quotes in the chat. I am getting absolutely demolished by rocks.
Yeah,
it's the mooks that are the more dangerous here, I think, because they can gang up on you.
Yeah, exactly. The mooks combined with the fact that you can't, like, he's just throwing. You have to also avoid all of the projectiles at the same time.
Yeah, it's a lot to manage while he's trying to take pot shots with the force lightning there.
Yeah.
That's why I said this fight's not one of my favorites. It's really more annoying than anything else.
It's funny. Whenever I think Jose Cuervo, I actually end up thinking of what I consider to be like the get drunk immediately shot that I always recommend to people.
Yeah?
Called the Three Wise Men.
What's in it?
It has the Three Wise Men of alcohol: Jose Cuervo, Jack Daniels, Jim Beam.
Oh God, that does not sound good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's terrible. But it's as I said, it is a get drunk quick shot. I may or may not have given it to my stepdad at his bachelor party. I mean, like, because we were on Fremont in Vegas at the time.
Okay.
And we'd just gone to like some sidebar on the side of Fremont and said, "Hey," I'm like, "Hey, I'm gonna buy you a shot. It's your bachelor party. I'm going to do that." At which point he's like, "Okay, but you can't get me too drunk." At which point I immediately got him the Three Wise Men, and he was floor licking within like 20 minutes.
That reminds me of my younger cousin who lives in Hawaii, and her go-to drink, not a shot, her go-to drink when she gets to a bar is an AMF.
An AMF.
An AMF.
Just gonna double check, make sure I understand. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's a closing drink for the night, not an opening drink. I said,
that is a I am ready to go home and pass out drink.
or I'm ready for everyone to carry me home.
Yeah, I'm ready to be carried or Ubered home.
Yeah. We went out to the clubs years ago before the COVID times, obviously, and we were getting to the bar as it was just starting up, and we're taking orders for starting drinks. Like, oh, you know, what do you want? Like a beer, rum and cokes, vodka cranberry, you know, like a simple thing to start. She's like, I want an AMF. What? For those who may not know what we're talking about, it stands for Adios MFer, and it's because it has like every type of alcohol known to man in it.
Yeah, it is. To be 100% specific, I'm looking at a recommended how to make drink. It is vodka, rum, tequila, gin, blue curacao, and a little bit of Sprite.
The blue curacao is purely in there for color. It adds nothing else.
Well, it adds a little bit of alcoholic content.
Oh, my Yanker. Yeah, I've had one of those before. Like, I just tried it. It does what it says it's gonna do, and if that's what you're after, then that's what you're gonna get.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get exactly that. Like the only thing that's a saving grace is that the highest proof you'll have on a booze in that is probably an 80 proof, but it's a lot of 80 proof.
Yeah, it's nothing but 80 proofs aside from the curacao, which is just a liqueur.
Yeah, it's usually around a 50 proof. Although there was one whiskey. I know it's made in a local Canadian brewery called Punjabi Club. It is a 100 proof whiskey that tastes like a 50 proof.
So like lighter or more mild compared to this content. Oh, come on.
Yeah, it tastes like a sweet caramel, like a sweet caramel liqueur, but it is very much a 100 proof whiskey. It is very, very dangerous, but so tasty.
100 proof is 50%, right?
Yep.
And most hard liquors are 40. Some of your stronger, whiskeys and whatnot will get between like 45 and 50, depending.
Yeah.
Some of the Japanese whiskeys that I like are about 45.
Yeah.
But to have something be that strong but not taste like it is dangerous.
Yeah, it's exactly that. It's like folks who drink like daiquiris or like tequila sunrises. It's because if you have someone mixing it right, they are crazy dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, in this fight, it's just the mooks. Like, the boss himself isn't that dangerous.
Yeah, part of the problem is all the mooks, and then the boss is usually vulnerable, and you're trying to get away from all of the goons. You can't hit the boss. But let's see if we can do this. And I think it's a summon when he whistles. That's what gets them on the screen. So we can just keep him from doing that. Make him a stake driver. Well, that actually stuns him for kind of a long time.
Oh, that is absolutely the way to do it. Is you knock him down, chain yank.
And then just OTG.
Yeah, like
I might be able to get meter enough for Godhand if I keep doing that.
hey, look, you have enough meter for enough meter for Godhand.
Yeah, I have to wait till he's vulnerable again. Is it cheese? Yes. Do I care? No.
You're playing hard mode. Cheese is expected.
That's right.
In many cases, it's recommended.
Okay. Can't do anything while he's summoning the rocks.
Penguin saying, "Hey Doc, are you teaching him how to get spanked out there?"
Is that a Bugs Bunny quote?
I mean, maybe. I didn't watch every Looney Tunes.
Ah. Back here. That could very well be the match there. I didn't get a full God Hand meter on him. Yeah. Unfortunate. And now I'm kind of hosed. Unless I can get like a lucky kick on him.
Yeah, unless you get a lucky kick or an insanely lucky drop on a move. Like...
Ooh. Oh, I didn't know you can hit the mooks with that.
Yeah. Also, the fact that you can hit next area on that door.
Can I actually leave?
Mid-fight. Yeah, you can leave.
Oh, this isn't a required fight?
It doesn't look like it. Well, no, it looks like it's a required fight because the door behind him is the one that you need to get through. But yeah, what happened?
I can find out.
I mean, I was gonna say like this fight.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere now. All right. They wouldn't put a skippable fight in freaking Godhand. No way.
It'd be hilarious if they did.
Ha! Uh-oh. Oh, really? I thought it killed him, but I would have had to take the mooks out. But, oh, look at his health bar.
Oh, that's horseshit. Come on. Oh, Penguin saying it is a punch out ball to bullet quote.
Like original Punch Out?
Yeah, apparently.
I get the Doc reference now.
Yeah. I don't know if it's original or the Wii with the Wii version Punch Out. Which, like, everything I've heard about the Wii version of Punch Out is that it's, while it's not the original Punch Out, it is still solid. Or I guess Super Punch Out does exist. I always forget that Super Punch Out exists.
I think Penguin did a review of the Wii one. I saw it on his channel.
Yeah. It was Punch Out for the Wii, specifically. Penguin is confirmed.
Oof. I like Super Punch Out. That's probably the one I played the most. Wouldn't say I'm perfect at it, but I used to get pretty good at it.
Yeah, I will admit, I am not good at the Punch Out games. I'm not great at them at all. I do have a friend who is incredibly good at the NES version, to the point that we did an escape room in our area, a video game themed one. And one of the clues was you had to find out, I believe it was Soda Popinski's fight record, and the 4 digits were for a lock. And our friend who went in is like, okay, we have to play NES Punch Out to get a clue, right? He was so good at it, he accidentally skipped straight past Soda Popinski, didn't even see his fight record, and almost got to Mike Tyson.
Nice.
It's like, dude, we need to go back.
Eyes on the prize.
Yeah, sir. It's like, dude, I need you to lose. So get back to Soda Popinski so we can get that number, please.
That's funny. That's a tough fight too.
Yeah.
That's one of the late game fights, and it's not easy. I wonder if I can yank him out of the air. I haven't tried to do that. No. Doesn't target when he's floating. Okay.
Well, it's good to know. I mean,
But I can walk and outpace his projectiles.
yeah, Milford Cheese saying, I think I got the 3rd league on the NES.
Is he? There you go. Just never let him get up. Oops. Ah! I missed Stake Driver prompt. Ooh.
Oh, darn.
Friendly fire. There's a friendly fire.
Yeah, there we go.
Ooh. Get down here. There we go.
I'm coming up there.
Ah. All right. Just need to keep control. Oh, there's a stick. I can use a stick.
Yeah. And Penguin Party talking about Punch Out, saying I'm pretty good at the Wii version, NES I'm decent at, never got past the second to last fight, and I'm good at Super.
Aw. I played the original on stream once. And I got to Sandman, I think.
Yeah.
Stay still. You freaking kidding me? Ah. And once again. And now I'm out of resources.
Yeah, no, it's... I have to admit that stylized, like, perfect timing of the drunken
Fall?
the drunken fall, like that looked real good with the launch.
Yeah, that's pretty much my only shot here is to try and get the mooks staggered to either get into dizzy like that and or drop the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I am one hit away from death. Where is he? Where is he? I need to take out that last one, get the stick thing, and then maybe I'll have a chance if I don't screw it up.
Yeah.
Woo! Oh, almost took my head off.
Oh man, oh geez, oh man, oh geez. Oh.
Really, I really should be paying attention to the radar.
That is one thing that, like, is very underappreciated in this game.
We got a chance, Matt.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Oh, alright. He still got the call off, though. But I wonder if I can just... Oh, mother...
Are you fucking kidding me?
Mm.
Oh, that's horseshit. Oh.
What I was gonna
that
do is try and
so-
leave. Oh man. F's in chat.
Yeah, that is a huge F in chat. Like, man alive.
I was willing to just ditch the gold he dropped too, because I don't really need money. I just want to get through it.
Yeah.
This'll finish us off for the night. I think I can get through this fight. I just need to stop screwing up. Gonna need to stop screwing up. That'd be great. And abuse more drunken fall. I'm not using that move enough. It's very, very, very handy.
Yeah, just because these guys also seem to have a massive propensity for doing all high moves.
Yep.
Like,
All right, this run might be too hard. Especially that rush that the purple guys do, the flurry. If you throw drunken fall, it's an instant launch because they're in move. Penguin says, "It's official, you suck." Thanks, Penguin. That better be a quote from something. But, man, talk about a choke. Alright.
I'm Penguin Pressing. I'm a massive fan of Punch Out, not as much for F-Zero. Or as F-Zero, I'm still a massive fanboy for that series.
Yeah, Penguin's got a pretty extensive collection of F-Zero merch. He's tweeted about it and shown off his collection of sweet stuff.
Yeah.
If F-Zero is your bag, definitely check out Penguin on Twitter.
Yeah. Might have to. Because I played all of the F-Zero games at least a little bit, with the exception of F-Zero AX, the arcade game that was out for a while.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know there was an arcade game.
Yeah, there was. I believe you were actually able to, like, get, like, a card with, progress in the game as well.
Oh, that you could, like, plug in and resume your progress if you came back to the machine?
I believe so, yeah. Yeah, not dissimilar to, like, Initial D. Oh, no, what it had is you could plug your GameCube memory card into it to download or upload special data, and if you had F-Zero GX data, you could access and use custom vehicles.
That's cool.
And it unlocked, if you got AX data from the arcade and went back to play F-Zero GX, it would unlock courses and a cup in F-Zero GX called the AX Cup.
That was kind of like, what was it? It was a fighting game. I can't remember which one though. Was it Tekken? Where you could get cards and you could program in your player data and then put it in the machines and it would like log your player data so people could see who's played it. It's like having a record, I think.
Yeah.
It was a game that did something like that. I remember it was kind of an interesting idea.
Yeah, there was that one. And the aforementioned Initial D, where you could actually essentially keep your car and move it to other games.
Nice.
And I know I played a couple arcade racers where you could like input a pin into the machine and go back to the same machine and unlock your records on that.
Yeah, that's something I was thinking of. It's a neat idea. I miss arcades quite a bit. Not that I probably go to any during the plague times, but
Yeah.
You went to one for your birthday, right?
Yeah, we went like mid-afternoon on a Monday. There was, I think, 3 other people in the entire arcade, which was great. So we essentially had a free run of the place, that was cool, but it didn't have as many like the classic games I was hoping it would.
Was this like a chain type one? You don't have to say what it was, but was it like one of the kind of more modern, like a Dave and Buster's type place, or was it like a local arcade?
More like a chain kind of place. Not dissimilar to Dave & Buster's. The actual chain is called the Rec Room.
Oh, okay.
And it's actually owned by Cineplex, Cineplex Theaters, but it's its own standalone arcade place.
I see.
Yeah, there's a few locations across the country.
That's cool. I think Dave and Buster's is kind of overrated. Like, for the type of games I would play in an arcade, they don't have any.
Yeah.
Like fighting games and rhythm games and stuff like that. But here in the States, we have another chain that's like a competitor to Dave and Buster's called Round One. And a lot of their places also have bowling alleys, sort of. Oh, come on, really? In addition to like the bar and arcade type deal. But the round one is cool because the ones here have a lot of Japanese franchises and games. Like they have a whole section that's nothing but Japanese claw games and UFO catchers,
Oh, that's cool.
which is neat. They're very difficult, and you'll spend a lot of money, but it's neat.
Oh yeah, like, and trust me, having played Japanese claw games in Shinjuku, yeah, I know how hard they can be. 'Cause, yeah, they can just be an absolute nightmare sometimes. I think we spent like somewhere around 3,000 yen on one machine because I had a really cute Pokemon plush in it.
Yep.
And I ended up finding the same Pokemon plush in a store in Akiba for like somewhere around 1,700 yen.
Of course, but you didn't earn it, Matt.
Yeah, and that's exactly that. You need to earn it with a claw game, and that it just feels better.
I also like that the round one has a lot of rhythm games, and the one near where I live had like 4 different DDR machines, including the latest version at the time,
Oh, nice.
which was great. I've played a lot of DDR in my time.
Yeah, I used to have a bunch of friends I'd play with back in high school. That we'd go to our local theater and essentially just set up a bunch of tables around the DDR machine. I would be saving up my tips because I used to work in a kitchen in a restaurant. And I'd save up my tip payout and go there and essentially just sit and drop like 20 to 40 bucks a week into DDR, which was a lot of games.
I didn't know you worked in a kitchen.
Oh, like way back when I was a teenager. My first jobs were kitchen jobs.
Okay.
Yeah,
Felt-
like dishwashing, line cook kind of stuff.
One of my people.
Yeah. Moved from there to retail to where I am now.
Working like line service in a kitchen or any type of heavy labor environment will make you appreciate every desk job you ever have after that.
Oh, absolutely. Like, if anything, like my desk job, working retail has given me an astounding amount of empathy and just understanding for so many people in so many places.
Amen, brother.
Yeah.
Did your kitchen job ever send you to the ER?
Luckily, no. My brother had that situation, but I never did.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I was lucky to avoid the hospital. My brother, who worked at a restaurant that had kind of an Italian vibe to it, may have been told to pick up a large pot of very hot pasta water and carry it from one spot to another, and did not notice that there was a wet floor in between, and may have dropped the pot all over his chest.
Oh no.
Yeah. And this was like 3 weeks into the job. So at that point, like, he didn't have benefits coverage of any sort. Or like
No
he was able
L&I?
to he was able to do like workers' comp.
Okay, yeah.
But then they were like, oh yeah, but now we need to send you like to a 1 month long safety course, which is unpaid, but like you don't have to pay for it, but you're not getting paid to do it.
Oh, that sucks.
And he's just like, I'm just gonna go work somewhere else then.
Well,
Then he went to go start selling cell phones.
like at those mall kiosks?
We have there are some standalone stores that do it here as well.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Like a
he did
Radio
that for a
Shack.
good long. Yeah, kind of like that. He did that for a while, and it was direct. It was actually like direct franchised through the phone provider. And he did it in a nice enough spot that he actually got to meet like a lot of really interesting like celebrity type folks. He ended because at the time he was living in Calgary.
Mm-hmm.
And he got to sell phones to like 3 or 4 different folks on the Calgary Flames hockey team.
Ah,
And
that's
being
cool.
a huge hockey fan, that was like a big deal for him.
I bet.
Yeah.
Not gonna be your average experience.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Penguin saying retail could suck big time. I also know from personal experience.
Yep. Penguin is currently working in the retail environment, and recently, because I know he had posted it on, I think, the Prince's Discord, Penguin got a kudos from his boss for doing a good job.
Oh, nice.
I think it came with a promotion. Correct me if I'm wrong, Penguin, but bottom line is kudos and recognition for busting rear, so that's good.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Yeah, and obviously very well earned and deserved.
Yeah. Retail is a thankless job no matter what sector of retail you're in, boy. I'll tell you what.
Absolutely.
Be nice to retail workers, folks. They're not being paid enough to deal with the type of crap they deal with.
Yeah, they're not getting paid well enough. They're not, like... It's exactly that. It's just that... I would say 99% of retail workers are not being treated the way that they deserve to be.
No. If you ever find yourself in a potential Karen crossroads of how you could conduct yourself, just think for a minute. Is it worth it? And does this person deserve it?
Yeah.
And the answer is usually no to both of those. Alright. Just so I know... Oh, man. He got the call off. Oh, do you have a curfew, Matt? We're coming up on 4...
No, I'm not...
3 hours?
I do have curfew, but it's not anytime soon.
Okay. Is Wazzy still out of her thing?
I believe so.
She'd probably be in here taunting us if she wasn't.
Just to say, I don't hear anyone else in the house, so I'm gonna say yes.
Yep, that's Mulligan.
Oh, and Penguin's clarifying the promotions for something different. I'm not getting it yet, but soon. My supervisor's currently training someone, but I'm going to be trained when she's done.
I see.
Oh, and have a good night, Milk and Cheese. They're just heading out now.
Alright, see you later, Milf and Cheese, whoever you are. Thanks for tuning in.
Mystery person.
Aww. Oh, I thought you had to clear the mooks out for you to call another one. You can always call 2, it looks like. Lovely.
Oh, as like any given... Or it caps out at 2.
It caps out at 2, but I think it can do it at any time. Man.
Ooh.
Crowd control fights are always an interesting kind of change of pace. I can't say I enjoy them per se because they're a lot more frustrating. It's kind of like Q&A Gold and Silver Part 2 in a way.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. The only difference is that, it's Part 2 in the sense that it's having to deal with mooks as well as just random AoE projectiles.
Yeah, I'd argue that this particular guy is more dangerous because he can kind of hit you from anywhere.
Yeah. That line of sight is not required for him to be punching the hell out of you.
Yeah, you have to keep an eye on the radar. If he comes at you with force lightning, then you're gonna get got.
Yeah.
Ah, got dizzied. sticks on the field. Oh, I was lucky. I don't think it's possible to stun lock this guy, because eventually he just goes back in the air.
Yeah, eventually, yeah, he just starts ignoring all of your moves and just is like, yeah, no, it's time to continue the loop.
I do think it's possible to keep him from summoning mooks if you can just keep knocking him out of the air with projectiles or crates. I think that does work. Oh, no. I think they just pop in. 'Cause he didn't even do the call that time and they still popped in.
Yeah, I was curious. It's almost like, do they pop in at certain HP points?
Or time intervals. That'd be a good question.
Or time intervals, good point, yeah.
Oh, God. Okay. So the call animation he does when he whistles does result in more getting summoned to the field.
Yeah.
So it's possible that they phase in every once in a while, or if he calls them.
Or summon in, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like a level die type thing for him, or if that's a
That's a good
like
question.
a no matter what mechanic.
Did you do this fight when you played on normal? Did you get this far?
I never got this far.
Okay. I do know that the damage thresholds aren't as bad, so like the mooks coming in, you can usually take out quickly, but because they're so tanky on level die, it's part of the reason why it's a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, it's just a matter of the fact that like every enemy is one that can just end a fight.
Yep. And how? All right. Let's try this. That didn't do as much damage to him as I would have hoped.
Yeah, that was surprising. Actually, I wouldn't say this low damage, just that he has such a massive HP pool.
Yeah, I was hoping the mooks get taken out faster, but that's okay. No, I don't. I want the suplex prompt. Freaking A. Oh, that's annoying. I was trying to grab the one bandana guy, but it was triggering the door prompt instead.
Oh, that sucks.
I still can't believe I got all the way through his life bar for dying to the mooks in that last round.
Yeah, like that. That's just insanely rough. The fact, yeah, you beat him. You like, it is a known fact. You can beat this guy.
It didn't end the encounter. I'm gonna go to the bathroom again real quick.
Okie doke.
I will be back in 1 sec. I leave it to you to entertain the chat.
Absolutely. Just taking a look at this, and the Penguin Party's still here, from what I can tell. But yeah, I hope everyone's been enjoying so far. People who might be watching the VOD, hope you guys are enjoying watching the VOD. Because it's just interesting to see like what the game looks like at these like higher levels of, or further levels of play. And actually, no, geez, yeah, the amount of enemies that have been beat, 267 already. That is not bad at all. Yeah, still here quoting and referencing things like usual. You know, that's fair. And you're having fun. That's what matters. If you're having fun, just enjoying what's going on in the back and enjoying just popping into chat here and there. I'm back already.
All right, I am back. These bathroom breaks are proof that I've been hydrating, folks.
And that's important. That's very important when it comes to long gaming sessions like this.
Yeah. I'm sweating internally. All right.
Yes, at least it's not going full on like these weak palms are sweaty playing the game.
I thankfully don't have a problem with my palms getting sweaty when I play games. My hands don't really sweat a lot, which is nice.
I only have that issue in the summertime, but then again, that's not just my hands. So really,
Yeah. We... Friendly fire. Friendly fire.
a little bit of friendly fire. That's not bad.
I'm not getting great drops here either, I'm noticing.
Yeah, like you're not getting really good RNG on like what's popping from barrels, if anything.
Yeah. And one thing I don't know, because I don't think I've ever tested it in all the times I've played this, I don't know if you can get demon drops from mooks here. I would hope not. That would be the worst, but I honestly don't know. What am I swinging at? I'm swinging at nothing. I thought the purple guy was right next to me, but I think he was across the arena.
Yeah, he was.
3 hits. Alright, done. Going back in the ground. Oh, nope. Okay, that's good to know. He recovers from that stagger state really fast.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's a matter of if you get the stake driver.
Yep. I thought I could yes man him. Not this particular enemy. It looks like I could do it, but then he'll lose the stagger state.
Yeah, so it's very much a which do you need more? Do you need meter or do you need the more hits?
Yeah.
In this case, I'd almost say more hits.
And oh, I didn't see a dizzy prompt there. Done. Woo.
One down.
Oh man. I cannot keep these guys off the screen.
Yeah, they're just.
When I get one down, then he summons another one. Oh.
Man.
I see Penguin's got the riddles in the chat. Sorry, we're not focusing on your quotes, Penguin.
Yeah. Well, he's saying he's not putting down any riddles. Was as hard they can be. Then saying, hey, it's a giant talking egg. So luckily, no riddles. But
yet. Okay. Oh boy, I didn't see these guys on screen. I thought I had more time to stake them. I did not. Well, that was a bad idea.
yeah, I mean, like, Game Shadows give you money exactly when you don't need it.
Yeah, I'm getting really, really bad drops. It's funny. I don't think I've seen one Godhead card, roulette orb
We've had
card,
one Berserk card.
one Berserk card, no food.
Yeah, you had food drop from mooks, but you haven't had food drop from crates. And you've had a lot of empties. Like, a ton of empties.
And an insulting amount of nothing. Really? I missed. Prompt! Prompt! Where you at, Prompt?
No! The mook pushed you out of the way of the prompt. That's impolite. He wasn't invited.
Very rude. Very rude, these large sweaty men.
Or sweaty men with their pull weapons. Or pipe weapons, I suppose.
I haven't been paying attention if some of the mooks are spawning in with those pipe weapons, or if there's just one on the field that they keep picking up.
I think some of them are spawning in.
In that case,
crates can occasionally drop a pipe, but like...
Yeah, there's a stick hidden in one of the crate or barrels or crates.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Oh, come on. Did he call another one? Yes, he did. Alright. We need to try and clear them out. Nope. 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 The game says screw me, I guess. Drop it.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Like a hit away from pummel or suplex. They got winged instead.
And this fight is just...
Yeah, this is why I said I don't like this one. I don't think it's necessarily as straight up difficult as the Great Sensei, but it is annoying.
Yeah, it's one of those fights that, like, simply put, if there was a limit to the number of chumps that could be summoned in, it wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah. Or if it was somehow easier to prevent.
Yeah, it was easier to prevent extra summons.
Or if they did kind of like a Stooges thing where he summons waves but gets kind of out of the way. That would make this a little more manageable, because then you could focus on clearing the waves and then go back to the fight. But he's taking pot shots while you're trying to clear out the mooks, and that's what makes it tough.
Yeah.
Whoops. Is up?
Just looking. I decided to look up the psychic midget.
Is that his name?
Yeah. Apparently in Japan he's also known as Psycho Grandpa or Psycho Gigi.
Makes sense.
Yeah, like the only. I'm just looking at being like, what does the internet recommend about this fight? And it's like essentially what you've been doing, but also use Shaolin Blast if you have it.
You don't even get that till the last level, so I don't know where that piece of advice is coming from.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that's for New Game Plus.
Yeah, most likely. If I came in here with more resources, this wouldn't be quite as bad, because I could use some more things like roulette on the mooks. But I came in almost empty. Yeah, it looks like all of the drops potentially are going to be from the mooks, because the crates aren't giving me squat.
Yeah, they're not giving you anything worth mentioning.
Woo! Where is he? Oh no. Ooh!
Oop.
Didn't see that other guy pop in. But... Come on. Wow, that's like 30% damage for the force grab.
Yeah. I will fully admit, every time that the force grab, like the flash of blue comes up, I'm always, for some reason I'm still expecting that blue flash to be like, oh no, a demon's here. At which point, immediate game over.
Let's not jinx ourselves, man.
I
don't think it's possible for it to happen on this fight. Because
yeah, I don't think it's possible at all.
let's be real. If it was possible, it would have freaking happened by now.
Yeah, it's exactly that. You fought enough chumps while fighting this guy that if it was gonna happen, it would have by now.
Yeah. Ah, come on. Wow, I didn't think that'd be enough to kill. Alright. Oh, money, good. Just what I needed. Oh, bananas.
You know.
Didn't see the bananas. Alright, we got a match.
That's something. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. So, Finger Party's heading out, saying, "Had fun. Remember to win the Grand Prix and show them why you're the next Captain Falcon."
Oh boy. Oh, I had Steak Driver ready.
No, damn it.
All right, let's see if we can just wait till he's vulnerable and just try and clock him one.
Yeah, and just focus on just launching these guys just to keep them out of the way.
Yep, exactly.
Because you can't summon more if there's two on the field.
Nope. Okay, let's create some distance.
Thank God he was in the wall with that force lightning. Otherwise, he would have absolutely gotten you there.
Ah.
Oh no.
What's he doing? Which one? Which one? Which one? Lightning. Right. Oh, come on, mother.
Oh,
I'm not dead.
no.
I thought it was dead. Wow.
Not dead yet. Never mind. I'm assuming. Oh man, oh jeez.
Ah, come on. I should have gone for another drunken fall. Ah. I thought it was dead the first grab.
Yeah. Oh my god. Like, this is just getting bonkers, man.
All right.
Oh my god.
We're gonna do it. My god, this one may actually be more deaths than the boat level because of the first part.
Yeah, this is a little rough. Yeah, it's just there's a complete lack of drops from the crates, which
I think doing mook management though is working out better.
yeah, where you just essentially keep them alive enough.
And using the build meter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drunken Fall is the MVP here. I really should have been using this more. That's okay.
Yeah, because it is, yeah, just the launchability and the fact that you get a decent chunk of damage off the launch as well.
Yeah, and it spaces them out. Just get them out of your face. As long as you don't miss. That time I missed. Ooh, that was lucky. That was unlucky.
Yeah, there's at the very least less lucky. Oh man.
Curses.
Oof.
Give me food. Nope. Game says screw you. All right.
Your game's decided no.
Ooh. If I had been a little faster. The Berserk card is good, but not with more than one guy on screen, because you can't really clump them up and take advantage of the non-stagger when there's more than one target. If it's one-on-one, I think I could probably take him down almost half. But
yeah, almost definitely.
yeah. Okay, Drunken Fall will not evade out of the Force Lightning grab. I didn't think it would, but I had to try.
Yeah, there's the pipe that you get from Crate. Plus side with the rock though, like it's very clear when it's going to start swinging at you, so you know when you have to run.
Yeah, and you can kind of time it so that if you can get the mooks nearby, then he'll hit them for you.
Yeah.
Man. Alright. Clear both of them out. Is that an orange? Okay. See if we can pipe them. Or I can just get pelted by that. Where to go? Again, not fast enough to beat the call. Oh. I wasn't aiming for you, but okay.
Hard to say no to a free stake driver.
Not optimal.
Yeah, it's not optimal, but
It is good that it immobilizes him, but really I wanted to kind of get him into the stagger state before he called in more goons. It wasn't fast enough. Okay, no one on screen yet.
and a stake driver. Nice.
No one on screen yet. Pray, Matt.
Oh my god, this is... Okay, okay.
Oh, I thought for sure I
Even
could
Dream
take him
alive.
all the way out. But,
Oh, and you could have stake drivered him while you were in Godhead. No.
yeah. I got distracted by the mooks, but that's a pretty good head start.
That's a crazy good head start.
Alright. Let's see if we can sort of wait it out and just try and get the kill. Then take care of the mooks, and we might be alright.
Yeah.
We'll see. I hit away from dying. Ooh! I run straight at the guy throwing rocks at me. That's a good idea. Ah! Thought you were farther away.
Oh, jeez, oh, man. Oh,
Oh man, I had Godhead too. Oh, pain.
oh, damn, it's so close.
Alright. That went unbelievably well in the first part. I was able to get him
Yeah.
on 2 staggers before he summoned anybody. So let's see if we can try and do that again.
Yeah, 'cause you had him down to like maybe under 20% of his health.
Yeah. Aw. Oh, nope. Too late. I can hear the audio cues when the mooks jump in. They have their taunt lines and then they pop. But we've established that so far the best drops have been coming from the goons. So if I can just take them out quickly before he calls another round.
Yeah, also getting them into one of their stun moves while he's throwing boulders at you. Not a bad defensive move.
Yeah. Yeah. Take advantage of the iframes.
Yeah.
And just like that, my life feed is gone.
Oh man.
Curse you, psychic midget. Can I say midget? If that's what he's called, then it's not bad, right?
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say this guy specifically is Psycho Gigi or Psycho Grandpa, if you want to go with the Japanese name. But yeah, Psycho Midget. Yeah, that is definitely his official title.
I was hoping he'd be able to get into a stagger state. Got the summon off before I could do it. And there he goes again. Oh, just one? Okay, I gotta kill this guy fast. Ooh boy. You see all these projectiles zooming in from the radar, just out of frame. No, come on. Oh, it's so annoying. Really? That hit me from mid-fall? Alright.
Yeah, oh. Cool. So he's just in that dust and just like, please effectively check, and just saw the health go up and just like,
And it did nothing. What I really need is like a God-Hand card to drop. Basically give me a free pass to clear the mooks out.
yeah.
Alright. Yep. Good start.
Alright. There's loading shadows on you.
We got mooks. I don't know what the trigger is for them summoning. It's not always his animation. Sometimes it seems like they just pop in. Then I had that one godly run where I was able to keep him off the screen. So there's got to be a trigger somewhere.
Yeah, it's just the trick is figure out what the hell the trigger is. Because like you said, yeah, it's not the animation at all.
And I don't think it's purely time-based. Ow. Oh, Wazzy's here.
Yeah.
Hi, Wazzy.
Yeah, I actually just heard her coming through the door.
How was your science fair thing?
Yeah, how was it? Yeah, we're I don't know how many deaths into this fight.
This is gonna be like 200 deaths. I swear to God.
Yeah, this is gonna be the thing that breaks 200 for sure.
Because we're not even through the level. This isn't the stage boss. This is a mid-boss. Shannon's the
Yeah.
boss of this area, which we won't do today. If I can get through this,
Yeah.
then that's good enough.
Yeah, and if you can't, and we have to call it with X amount of deaths, I do not know how many deaths we need to add for this fight.
It doesn't really matter. Oh, you mean if I have to call it?
Yeah, you have to call it and we don't beat them. And if this becomes an off-screen thing, not unlike Q&A.
Yeah, well, we're not quite there yet.
Yeah,
I will do that if necessary, and I'll just put like 200 deaths on the counter.
Yeah.
This is all just an elaborate plot for me to take ownership of the Toxicure channel. By paying
like,
a lot
this
of
is
money? Question mark.
To be fair, this is like the most masochistic way you could do it.
Yeah, but it's hopefully people are finding it entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping so too. Like,
Where are you?
yeah, at least
No
you're
dizzy?
Stunning.
I am surprised. Wazzy says, you guys are still here?
Yeah.
If by here you mean this level, yes. Spend an hour on the first screen with Tiger Joe.
Yeah, it was literally an hour with Tiger Joe before he was beat.
And then like 5 minutes on the Mad Midget 5 rematch.
Oh yeah, the Mad Midget 5 was literally first try, 0 effort. It was ridiculous.
Yep. And it's all come back to haunt me with this particular fight, which I knew was going to be a pain.
Yeah, just didn't realize it'd be this much of a pain, just because like the constant summons.
Yep. Constant summons and the fact I came here with very little resources. Ooh. Oh. It's okay.
Yeah.
You just let me know when we have to call it, Matt. Ooh.
I was gonna say, if we call it at some point around like the 4-hour mark, which isn't too far away, but we're getting up to that 4-hour mark.
Okay. That's fine. Can I hit him? Yes, I can. That's good to know. Nope, that's not Chain Yanker.
Yep, that unfortunately is not the move you wanted, but still got the effect you wanted.
So good news, I suppose.
Wow. Wow. Are you kidding me?
Oh.
Are you kidding me?
Yes. Oh my God. Keep the dream alive.
Alright, alright, alright. Let's focus. Nope. Thought that would hit. Run, run, run.
Run.
What hit him? Did he hit himself? I didn't do that.
Yeah, I think he did.
God, at
now
least
I'm-
he didn't summon.
Now I'm sweating.
Oh no, he did.
He did,
Shit,
yeah.
He did.
I'm just gonna run.
Son of a bitch.
I just need like 2 whacks.
Yeah, you almost got him. You're so fucking close.
Okay, it's overhead.
There you go. And that's nice projectile. There, he's dead. Yeah, just
Awesome.
Trying to get the orange.
there we go.
I'm gonna see if I can leave. Woohoo! Oh my god.
Yeah, orange. And you can just leave. You don't have to fight the Mook. Yes!
Oh,
you did it!
Screw that fight. Screw that fight.
Oh my
so
God.
hard.
Oh. Oh, that was cheese. Like, you had to cheese it hard, but it doesn't matter.
Like 3 or 4 stake drivers in a row? Sweet Jesus.
Yeah, it's okay if that was cheesy because I fucking love queso. It's fine.
Oh.
Like,
my heart was beating. That doesn't usually happen when I'm playing games, but my god, chat.
yeah, that was biggity bonkers.
Oh.
That was so good, man. But we're good. You're done.
All right, so let's see. What was our time when we started? So we put about, just shy of 4 hours on the clock, and we went 3 levels, three parts of the stage.
More than 3. I thought we did like 4. 4
3
or
or
5.
4.
We did Shannon's Pet. We did that one super short one.
We did the one with the whip, the guys turning the wheel.
Yeah, we did, and we did the torches.
And then the part with the boulders, and the torches
boulders.
was the second major wall. So maybe about four parts.
And and Tiger Joe. So we got through a good chunk of stages.
Yep, we are a couple sections away from Shannon. I think Elvis's Wish is the second Tiger Joe fight. Then we go up and we fight Shannon. So
Yeah.
because I hate myself, I put myself at the stopping point with another difficult fight for next time.
To be fair, it's better that fight than
having to redo Psychic Midget.
So all that stuff counts towards the total. We'll see when we get to the end of the stage, but I'm thinking it's probably going to be like 200 something this particular level.
Yeah, because this is a rough ride, but it was fun.
Oh, I need a nap. Oh, all right, we'll wrap things up. Let's see who's online that we can raid.
See who we've got.
I see Dio and I see Lena. I don't know if I've raided Dio before. We can raid her.
Yeah, let's give her a shot.
Okay, let me... Before we do that, I will turn this audio off. We will go to the outro screen, as I don't face my mic when I'm talking. And we will go raid Dio. So thanks everyone for showing up. It was a ride. I think I'm going to have to clip that last run of the Psychic Midget fight, and I'll put that on the YouTube channel, because that was such a perfect alignment of good luck.
Yeah, it couldn't have gone better.
Oh my god.
The slutty rock.
Mike's alive.
Matt, your voice, it suddenly changed.
So the changed to sound a lot like Wazzy calling you Slutty Raku.
Alright, let's start the raid. Alright, folks, I will catch you later. Thanks for hanging out.
Have a good night, everybody.